Yo, this is Deontay the Bronx Bummer Wild, the WBC heavyweight champion of the world. And I'd like to give a big shout out to CJ Goodfella, Sports TV. Bomb Squad, baby.
Most exciting man in boxing. Woo! Exciting man in boxing. Led the Flair Cops. Shout out to Goodfella Sports TV. Woo! What it is, man. Detroit versus everybody, man. Detroit, we rep the hardest, man. We gain the hardest. You know what it is, man. Detroit, CJ, holla at your boy when we get home.
Man, 122 pounds and 10.5, man. Watch the Goodfella Sports TV, bro.
Hey, qué rollo, quiero mandar un saludo a mi amigo Goodfella, de parte de tu amigo Jaime Munguía. Un abrazo, canal. Ánimo.
Hey, this is the 989 Assassin, Jermaine Franklin Jr. Shout out to Goodfella TV.
Tiger Johnson from Cleveland, Ohio, 140, and you watching Goodfella TV.
Shout out to my friends from Goodfella TV, from Alexis Too Sexy Salazar.
All right, we in the building.
No Diddy like
that. We in the building.
Diddy like that. No Diddy like that. No Diddy like that. No Diddy like no Diddy like no Diddy like that.
They say Jay-Z next. But hey, don't forget, y'all can listen to the episode in the morning on the podcast. So I'm still putting them up on there. I had some technical difficulties, but I appreciate y'all for typing in. But I think they about to send y'all boy Diddy to the upper room. You know, don't be surprised if the diddler don't be he don't be up out of there. So don't be surprised if the diddler don't be diddly gone. But other than that, man, we gonna talk about Canelo pay-per-views. We're gonna talk about Canelo pay-per-view buys. We're going to talk about now probably Canelo and Crawford isn't going to happen. And then we're going to talk about Teofimo Lopez allegedly ducking this offer to fight Devin Haney, and also then turning around and calling Gervonta Davis out. In addition, if I remember, Berlanga also calls out Teofimo Lopez for being a fake New Yorker. So it should be a fun show. So make sure y'all support the show by thumbsing up the video, sharing the video, rate the podcast, follow the podcast, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Amazon Music. Shout out to everybody watching. Twitter showed out last night. So shout out to all y'all ninjas on Twitter. And one day we'll be able to figure out why we can't go live on Facebook. So I don't know. I know I got banned for a minute or, whatever, but I don't get it, but I'll figure that out later, and I'll figure out the Instagram thing. Got plenty of time, so I'll try to sit down probably tomorrow and try to figure it out. Like I said, if you want to support the show, best way to do that right now is to hit the link, hit the link tree, hit the thumbs up button, share the video, subscribe to the channel. You know what I'm saying? You want to financially donate to the channel, Cash App, $ CJ Good 313. Venmo CJ Good 313, PayPal link inside the link tree. So appreciate that. Shout out to everybody checking us out on Facebook, Instagram. Check out the Free Game 89 channel. Video should have just went up over there. Video later on tonight to come up on the Patreon. I'll get to working on some new content for Goodfella TV in the morning. What else we got going on? That's pretty much about it. Yeah, check out the Patreon. Stop being a business and check out the Patreon, right? Because I don't know what's wrong with y'all.
What's wrong with y'all niggas? What's wrong with you?
But yeah, thumbs up the video, man. It ain't hard. No Diddy. If you on Twitter, retweet it. Do me a favor, repost it on Facebook. Just hit the link and share it. Let's get the word out. Let's keep it moving. But yeah, apparently Canelo and Berlanga they're reporting that they did a milli, or 650,000. Canelo ain't never fighting nobody again. That's like going platinum today. Yeah, Canelo ain't never fighting nobody again. If he could do 650,000 Edgar Berlanga, even if it's really 550, 600,000, he did a little bit less with Plant. I think him and Plant probably really did about 500,000. They comfortable with that, flipping the profit, and they comfortable with that, it's a wrap. You know, like I said before, people, you know, casuals make the world go round. You know, this is going to continue to be the destruction of boxing. You know, Edgar Berlanga didn't have a bat's chance in hell. Edgar Berlanga didn't have a bad chance in hell to win that fight. And a lot of you niggas still watched it live. A lot of y'all boxing fans, a lot of y'all niggas that listen to me, y'all didn't boycott it. Y'all still watched it. Y'all niggas still watched it. I don't know what's wrong with y'all.
What's wrong with y'all niggas? What's wrong with you?
I don't get it, but y'all still watched it. You know, a couple people hit me up. Did you see it? No, nigga, I was asleep. I was asleep. So at the end of the day, I was asleep. I caught the replay, you know, checked that shit. I didn't watch none of that shit. You know, but like I said before, as long as they got people tweeting and watching it, they don't care, bro. They don't really give a damn. So, I mean, as long as y'all gonna keep watching it, why would Canelo do anything different? These are really good numbers to do with an opponent that you didn't have to pay nothing to. You think about it, they did 650,000 and say that's true. Let's say that's true, and I believe the number, right? Let's say it was 750. That's what they reported. Whatever they did, it's a good number because they keep throwing cash at them, right? Whatever they did, right? They didn't have to pay Berlanga shit. The MGM Grand paid Canelo a site fee to fight Berlanga, so they already got money for the site fee, right? They didn't pay Berlanga nothing. The gate drew $17 million plus the site fee. And your overhead is low for your opponent. You don't have to pay your opponent nothing. You don't have to pay your opponent absolutely nothing. Berlanga got raw dog with no Vaseline. You know, these are terrific numbers. These are terrific. Like butter, baby. Remember Memphis Bleak said that on stage. But these are great numbers for the opponent. The card was pathetic. You know, Danny and Lara was pathetic. I didn't see the Rolly fight. I heard the Rolly fight was pathetic as well too. You know what I'm saying? And the Caleb Plant and Mukumbi fight was entertaining. I don't think he got dropped, but it is what it is. But that was the only entertaining thing about that fight. And people praising Berlanga for getting beat on for 12 rounds. He was just happy to make it to the end. Never would have made it without you. It was more about how, you know, Berlanga hung in there tough, and Berlanga might be the second best super middleweight in the world. Man, I be asking y'all.
What's wrong with y'all niggas? What's wrong with you?
Absolutely not. Canelo is a declining fighter. This is why he don't want to fight Bivol. He didn't mention Bivol until the rumor got out there that David Benavidez would possibly fight Dimitri Bivol in May, or better, Biev in May. He didn't want to fight him. So at the end of the day, people going around, oh, he did so good and he did better. Like, it was more, and that's what they do. When you got the popular opinion, when people like you, it's never like with Terrence Crawford. It wasn't about Israel Madrimov and what he did. It was about, oh, Crawford's ass. He's not that good. But with Canelo, and what should have been a pedestrian performance, you supposed to stop that opponent within 4 rounds to be real. Berlanga is probably not even a top 10 super middleweight going into this fight. All right. And you probably should have stopped him within 4 rounds. You know, let's keep it real. He should have stopped him within 4 rounds. And he did not stop him within 4 rounds. Okay. So him not stopping him within 4 rounds. All right. Or at least 6, you know, let you know that he's starting to decline. He not the fighter that he once was. And he knows it. This is why he like, I need 200 to fight Benavidez. That's a retirement package. I need 150 to fight Crawford. That's a retirement package. Oh, I'm not going to fight better BF. That's a retirement package. He already know. He know what it is. If I can just nickel and dime versus lower level opponents that I know I'm going to win, they're going to allow me to beat up guys that I know I can beat up. Why wouldn't I? Why wouldn't I? Why wouldn't I nickel and dime? They're going to pay me 30, 40, $50 million, $10 million in Mexican TV money to keep beating a level opponent like Berlanga. Man, that's common sense. That's like in Madden, if I'm running the same play and you can't stop it, why wouldn't I continue to run that same play? Why wouldn't I do it? So once again, this is going to feed into the narrative that black fighters don't sell. Charlo didn't sell, but Berlanga did. Hispanics, you know, buy fights and black people don't, even though historically the top 10 most fruitful pay-per-views, several of them include all black fighters, from Evander Holyfield to Mike Tyson and Lennox Lewis to Mike Tyson and Roy Jones Jr. of recent. You know what I'm saying? You got a couple ones that hang right outside that figure as far as Shane Mosley and Floyd Mayweather. But they don't bring up those. And now they're saying that Berlanga did this. But could they be lying? Absolutely. Absolutely, they could be lying. But lying ain't going to make their package no fatter. It's not. So, you know, so be it. So why would he turn around and fight anybody else? So according to the Sports Business Journal, Canelo Alvarez fight Saturday drew a gate of $17 million and about 750,000 pay-per-view units, the source said, as the boxer continues to draw big commercial numbers even when his opponent isn't a fellow superstar. So there you go right there. Even when the opponent is a fucking nobody. So why would I go out there and fight a somebody and we might do 500 to 700,000? We're not even guaranteed to do $1 million. Why I go fight Crawford? It's probably not guaranteed to do $1 million. And he did this going head up against the UFC. And he did this going head up against the UFC. So, you know, I don't know if their numbers came out, but yeah, I mean, then again, you got to think about the UFC they did a bantamweight, which just became a division not too long ago, is the main event. Ain't no way a bantamweight gonna beat anybody on pay-per-view. Ain't nobody gonna beat a bantamweight on pay-per-view. Let's keep it funky, you know. So that last one, so apparently, you know, we'll speak about the UFC event next, right? We'll compare those numbers and all that shit. But the Mexican boxer fought a rising Puerto Rican American fighter in Adrian Berlanga, T-Mobile Arena, with Premier Boxing Champions and TGB Promotions saying a sold-out crowd of 20,312 people were on hand to watch the card, which ended with Alvarez winning over the previous undefeated Berlanga by decision. Berlanga was 22-0 heading into the fight versus Alvarez, the super middleweight belt holder, who is now 61-2-2. So he has 66 fights after this fight. Or 65, excuse me. So those are tremendous numbers. I mean, you got to think about it. The opponent is getting paid pennies. So think about it. If you got Terrence Crawford, that's eating into the overhead. You got David Benavidez, that's eating into the overhead. So if you got certain opponents in there that demand a certain guarantee, guess what? That's less money for the wigs in there. And there's no guarantee we gonna do 650 with Crawford. There's no guarantee we gonna do 650 with David Benavidez. There's no guarantee we gonna do 400 or 500. We might, if we did $1 million or 1.2 or 1.3 million. You know, if they did 1.3 and they was able to double that number and they knew that for a fact, they probably would just go ahead and tell Canelo to take the fight. But it ain't no guarantee to it. Now, could they be fabricating these numbers and he could have did more, 450, 500, 400,000? It's a possibility because, or these are just leaked because of, you know, what you call it? Stock owners and all that stuff. They really can't leak the real numbers. You know, they really can't leak the real number. So once you start kind of thinking about it from a business standpoint of view, it makes sense. But for a boxing standpoint of view, it makes zero sense. You know, from a boxing standpoint of view, it makes zero sense. So, you know, but they don't care nothing about boxing. All they care about is their pockets. And, you know, like Dana White said, with every boxing event, it's a smash and grab. You know, like they just trying to get as much as they can and get out of town, you know, and you know, it's not about the quality. The fight was terrible. It was one-sided ass whooping. They can say what Berlanga tried and everybody looking at the glass half full and then Berlanga gave an effort. It was never about, you know, look at, you know, Crawford, look at Canelo. He's on the decline. I'm telling y'all, when people like you, you know, they gonna always look at the glass half full. When people dislike you, they always gonna look at your situation as half empty. You know what I'm saying? They always gonna look at your situation as half empty, and that's just the way it is. And my advice to people would not go out your way to let people like you. I'm telling you, if you go out your way for people to like you, then you become disingenuous. You know, and when you become disingenuous, then you're not your real self. And then when you're not your real self, then who really gonna respect you? Nobody gonna really respect you. You know, so. Don't forget it. Always be yourself. You know, if people are gonna dislike you, guess what? At least you can go to your grave just knowing you've been yourself. You genuine. You authentic. But will Berlanga get better from this fight? I don't know. They're gonna continue to babysit him and probably try to make him look good versus Vagabonds and then versus Vagabonds. You know. Then they're going to try to build his name back up and probably try to do a rematch when Canelo get older and try to pass the torch or something like that. But if he fight the wrong guy, Mabili, you know, Munguia, possibly a Caleb Plant, man, you know where he going.
That upper room, nigga. The upper room with Jesus. You know what that is? The upper room the motherfucker be singing about? The upper room. Yeah, that's right. Tell you what. You die first, I'm gonna sing at your funeral. I'm gonna just bust up in the motherfucker and go to upper room. Let them shoot me. I don't give a fuck. They'll take me out singing that motherfucker.
Got people acting like they went to heaven already. You know what I mean? Rappers and all that. Oh, he's in heaven looking down on us.
Yes.
You don't know what this motherfucker could have did?
That's my favorite one. But yeah, Berlanga fight the wrong person. He going to the upper room, bro. He going to that light in the sky. He gonna be singing This Little Light of Mine. Caleb Plant put his foot in my behind. That's what he gonna be singing. But these are tremendous numbers. I'm never hating. You know, the facts are the facts. I didn't believe 750, but this is what they saying. Tremendous numbers. I wouldn't fight Crawford neither. I wouldn't fight Benavidez neither. I wouldn't fight Beeble neither. Give me the next Puerto Rican, man. Move Xander's ass up. Move him up now. Move Xander's ass up now. Yeah. Move Xander's ass up now. Who else we got it in the rankings while we shooting the shit? Hell yeah. Move Xander's ass up expeditiously. Who we got? I don't know none of these niggas at 68 for real. Damn, it's a shortage of like I don't know who else he can fight, really. I mean, yeah. You know, it ain't too many other guys out there. You know, who else could he fight? That's a great question. Damn, but really, man, when Tim Bradley made that comment talking about once Crawford, Canelo, and ain't nobody care about a new way in the grand scheme of things. No disrespect to him. I say that motherfucker respectfully, man. No disrespect to him. But might care about that small shit. But honestly, when they turn around and them dudes leave, it ain't really no other stars in boxing, bro. Like, real Tank ain't gonna never fight nobody to be a star. Who else you got? Who else is in boxing y'all think stars? You know, Earl, you think Earl gonna return to form? He gonna come from the junkyard, a clean motherfucking Maserati? Absolutely not. He done. The Charlos is done. They paid. Sun and Lemonade. They good. They coked up. Whatever they doing, they good. Whatever them niggas doing, they good. I mean, you start going out there, really, you know, nobody really care about nothing below lightweight as far as being a superstar. You know, you got Bam Rodriguez could be fighting in Philly on boots undercard, but nobody really care about that as far as the masses. So you start moving up the ranks. So you start moving up and you start looking like, okay, Shakur Stevenson, I mean, possibly he can do something. You know, Devin Haney, possibly he can do something, but they ain't fight each other. Teofimo Lopez, possibly. But they gotta fight each other to create that product, to create that in-demand product. You go to 47, Jerron Boots Ennis, who he really got. Even going up to 54 without Bud, who else he really got to be a star? So if these guys like Crawford and Canelo don't pass the torch, you know, it's going to be tough for these guys. They fight once a year. They don't fight enough. They're not fighting on the visible platform for real. I mean, you go up to 160. 160 is a desert. It's a dead man. I mean, even it ain't even a funeral home. You know what I'm saying? It ain't even a graveyard, because at least graveyards and funeral homes got people and bodies there. Ain't nobody there. That song by Deborah Cox, How Did You Get Here? Nobody wants to be here. Like, nobody wants to be ain't shit at 60. Ain't nothing at 60. Nothing. You know what I'm saying? More people watch Bounce That Ass TV than watch, 160 pounds. You know, proofs in the pudding was that bullshit Danny and Lara fight Saturday. 68 really is Canelo. I guess now you got Berlanga, Munguia. You got a couple guys there. 75 is an international division. Cruiserweight's an international division. And heavyweight been dead ever since y'all King is gone.
To this day.
You know, he gone. So nobody really talk about heavyweight like that. Nobody care about Dane Du Bois and Anthony Joshua, Usyk, and Fury. The community don't care about that, bro. Once Water fell off, man, all the conscious brothers left.
What's up? Struggle is up, brother. Oppression is up, brother. Salami, eggs, and bacon. My name is Dewey. Oh, ba. Ooh, mama say, mama say, mama say. Jenkins. Nigga, what?
Yeah, ninja, what? So yeah, that's kind of where we at with it. That's where we at with it. So the boxing game is really dead. Y'all don't even know it, bro. Like on God and them, it's really dead. There's no up and coming fighters that's about to take that torch. Now, guys can come out of left field in boxing for sure. These guys can come out of left field and make something shake like shake and bake. They can. But right now, bro, the lack of inactivity, the lack of visible platform, the lack of personalities in boxing is in trouble. But let's look at these. I don't know how true these numbers are, but I just found this article. It says UFC 306 shatters 4 records as an astonishing numbers revealed after a historic event at the Spear. So apparently they lost a lot of money at the Spear. But I didn't get a chance to see it. But the Spear is about the light show. They lost money the first year the Spear opened. They lost money, but then so did the Sunday ticket with the NFL. They lost money. So sometimes when you get a venue and you price it so high that you want, or you get a product or a venue like this, and you price it so high that you think it's gonna be so in demand, and demand ain't there. You know, especially with the NFL Sunday ticket. The Red Zone is better than the Sunday ticket, but that's just my opinion. But he said UFC 306 made history in almost every aspect with the event at the Spear, sending 4 records tumbling. President Dana White produced and held the first ever combat sports card at Las Vegas' new iconic immersive venue, the Spear UFC 306, headlined by Sean O'Malley and Merb, whoever, which Merb won. Sean O'Malley, like he representing for that that one community y'all love so much. He representing for that community.
Butterfly in the sky, I can go twice as high. Take a look, it's in a book, a reading rainbow. I can go anywhere.
Yeah, he part of that community. He said it was reported the MMA promotion has spent $20 million putting together the event, which was the hottest ticket in the town. Okay, that's according to them. It said the numbers now look staggering after conclusion of the final bout with the Notch UFC breaking 4 records of that night. First event brought in UFC's highest gate ever, 22 million. So they defeat Canelo Alvarez at the gate in a smaller arena. So they got a victory right there, breaking the $17 million record set by Conor McGregor clash with Eddie Alvarez in November 2016. It says in turn and I'll talk about this in video format tomorrow. In turn, the event that marked Mexico's Independence Day became UFC's highest grossing event ever, while also bringing in the biggest gate in a short history of the Spear. The venue has already played host to some big staging, and it is likely that the UFC will now look to return and try to break these new records. Lastly, it represented the promotion's biggest ever merchandise sale, with several new items made to commemorate the UFC's Notch event. Hopefully I'm saying that Notch event, with partners with Riyadh Season. So the arena brought the chance for fans and fighters to see once-in-a-lifetime visuals with incredible images beaming on a 160,000 square foot screen. So there's no word about what they produced at the pay-per-view box office. I'm pretty sure Canelo probably won that too. Won that one. But they produced their highest gate at a smaller venue compared to T-Mobile. So imagine if UFC didn't do nothing or boxing didn't do nothing. I believe that that looks sweet though. I believe that they probably would have did way more than the $22 million gate. They probably would have did $30 million in gate. And I don't understand this, because then we have weekends that don't have no fights on. And all these promoters, UFC, MMA, boxing, whatever their situation may be, they all know each other. They do this shit on purpose. They make you pick. It's one thing to pick between basketball and watching boxing, or college football and watching boxing, or MMA, but to make us pick between two different sporting events in the same city is wild. But it just shows you that the UFC continues to make up ground. So I'm not sure what they did at the box office. I'm pretty sure it wasn't 650,000 in my opinion, though. But that's my opinion.
Nah, that ain't it, y'all.
Javier Logan say, let me just go ahead and say, Canelo's such a kitty cat. Why does it matter? It better BF wins. An all-time great will say, I want the winner. It doesn't matter who wins the 175-pound titles, regardless. I mean, that is true. That is true. But we know it better BF do win and looks impressive. We know Canelo don't want to go to that upper room, brother.
That upper room, nigga. The upper room with Jesus. You know what that is? The upper room the motherfucker be singing about?
The upper room.
Yeah, that's right. Tell you what, you die first, I'm gonna sing at your funeral. I'm gonna just bust up in the motherfucker and go to the upper room. Let him shoot me. I don't give a fuck. They'll take me out singing that motherfucker.
That's gonna be Eddie Renato, Canelo to Eddie Renato. Hell no, he ain't gonna fight him. These people today, man. I was just talking to somebody on the phone. I was like, I don't like people, bro. I don't like bitches. I don't like niggas. I don't like people. People is just weird today. Jose, what's going on? He said they won't talk about what T.O. doing. Oh, I'm gonna talk about it. Y'all probably like, damn, he ain't do a live stream. Wait for it. We had to handle our boy No Diddy.
No Diddy, like that.
We had to get that No Diddy. He said I ain't watch or heard Danny quit though, and Dust Head Angel almost had a relapse. Boy, yeah, I don't really fuck with dog. He said Berlanga on his Charlo shit. He don't want no smoke with Beevil. I mean, no, he only wanted to fight Beevil because he heard that, David Benavidez wanted to take over them ex-Independence Day, and he can't just fight no scrub. You know what? Beaver wouldn't sell with Beaver or BF, or Beaver wouldn't sell with Benavidez anyway. So he could still come back and rematch Berlanga, and Vegas will still take that over anything Benavidez gonna do. I think Canelo and Benavidez will sell, but Canelo won't fight him. If it was a guaranteed super fight, they'd make Canelo do it. But I think it will too. But thinking and knowing is different. The next guy who cleans out the division, which division? He said other two fights Saturday, both bad. Canelo fight was better than O'Malley. So O'Malley fight was bad. Didn't watch neither one of them. Man, I went to bed. I had a long last couple weeks, boy. I'm trying to tell you, boy. I don't know. Man, one more. Push me to the edge. I'm trying not. Fotex say, you done messed my childhood up with that song, man. Shit, I play it for you. I fuck it up again for you. No Diddy. Hold on.
No Diddy. Like, that's.
Butterfly in the sky.
I can go twice as high. Take a look. It's in a book. A reading rainbow. I can go anywhere.
Yeah, buddy. Wait till they put LeBron. Watch the little LeBron Diddy tapes come out. Oh man, the GOAT gonna turn into the Rainbow. Y'all niggas gonna be mad. Y'all niggas gonna be mad. Got to cut y'all LeBrons up. Y'all South Beach Sixes and all. You gotta cut all that shit. Y'all LeBron fans gonna be squabbling. Jordan fans gonna at least our GOAT straight.
They squabbling out there now. Yeah.
Hell yeah. Yeah, that nigga LeBron played a tight end in high school. He gonna be a wide out when them tapes come out. Oh man.
No Diddy, like that's boys,
I know I'm gonna cook that nigga. Cause y'all know Jordan don't even fuck with black people's hip hop shit. I didn't know Clive Davis was a white dude. I said, damn, did he hitting the mayonnaise? Did he mess with the clear people? That's wild. It's getting spooky out here. He said Canelo going to end up fighting Bud. He's searching for an easy KO. Trump. He ain't fighting Bud. He wouldn't be throwing Beaver out there like that. Beaver lose, then, you know. He might go try to get his IBF belt from William Skull. Imagine LeBron. Let me stop. Oh, Jesus Christ. Let me stop. Let me stop. Because I was about to go in. I was about to really get in my bag. You know what I'm saying?
No Diddy, like that's
come on, man. Y'all thought it was Meek on that tape. It was LeBron. Did you see the video I tagged Drew and Miguel in? Nah, which one was it? But yeah, man, it seemed like UFC had a solid night. Imagine if they didn't collide on the same night. And that light show definitely looked sick though. But then, you know, that venue was smaller, but the tickets was higher because how much it took to run that light show. And then you got the light show outside of the event. But, you know, for a bantamweight to compete with Canelo like that is crazy. You know, bantamweight didn't exist that long in the UFC. That's what I just heard today. So, I mean, kind of shocking in my opinion that they did that good a gate, you know, but them tickets was high as hell. Then was talks about they had 1,000 seats left about 2 or 3 weeks out before the fights on the UFC 306. And, you know, they was dropping the prices of the tickets and they still sold out. So, I mean, they still sold a hell of a gate. They sold 5 million more or 5 more million in gate than Canelo. Canelo probably won the pay-per-view, and that's kind of what you want depending on the margin he won the pay-per-view by. But, you know, they fought in a non-boxing venue. They fought in a boxing venue. The MGM Grand told them that, you know, they could fight. They had a deal with MGM Grand to fight. They pushed them off the deal, pushed them off the menu for Canelo and told them they can go fight at another venue. The MGM pretty much own every major, you know, venue that way. They pretty much do, you know. They own them all, you know, so that's wild. But yeah, let's talk about Crawford Canelo. I think after these numbers, I don't see Crawford and Canelo fighting after these numbers. You know, when he can do numbers like this and keep the opponents, you know, finances low, They purse down. They can play the opponent peanuts for the most part, and that's why Chris Eubanks Jr. didn't take the fight. Chris Eubanks Jr. didn't take the fight. He said the money wasn't right, and apparently he could be in the running for Canelo to fight next time. So Crawford gonna want a certain amount of money. Guess what? That's gonna cut into that revenue. It's gonna cut into that gate. It's gonna cut into the pay-per-view, and they gonna say, well, we don't think Crawford and Canelo probably guaranteed to do 650. Really, we going to have to pay Crawford. It's going to do 1,000, 11, 1,200. Then, out of a lot of spite, they going to turn around and probably try to put Crawford Canelo up against another UFC event. I know, Crawford got a little protection with Turki Al-Sheikh and him working with the UFC. He working with everybody not named PBC, even though he indirectly worked with PBC. He got partnerships with everybody, but I don't think he wants to take that risk. Why take a risk like that when I can do the same numbers, get the same admiration, get the same praise, whatever you want to say, and I can fight a guy like Egner Berlanga. Now, our opponents becoming slim pickings? Yeah, I mean, he can actually rematch Lara if he actually wanted to. He can, I mean, they're going to find opponents. If it's Mbili, if it's Lara, I think Genevieve might be a little bit too dangerous. If it's bringing up Fondor, if it's still Jamal Charlo, don't be surprised. If it's bringing up Tim Tszyu, you know what I'm saying? I think he still got opponents. If Earl Spence can get a win over Sebastian Fondor or something like that, he probably still would say, well, Earl Spence back, and they're going to do Earl Spence and Canelo. It was a bad night versus Terrence Crawford. We can do that. So he got some names on the board. And he's a name. Regardless who he fight, like, why would I risk it versus Terrence Crawford? I have nothing to gain but money. If all the money is pretty much the same, why risk it? He got nothing to gain versus Crawford other than a check. He beat Crawford. He was supposed to. He lose to Crawford. Crawford becomes one of the greatest fighters, the greatest modern day fighter of all time. And I think the powers that be know that. I think Al Heyman going to do everything in his power to stop Crawford. Y'all didn't believe me that they was freezing out Crawford. Y'all was listening to them little peasants in Philly lying about Crawford. I was listening to these niggas across the globe on Twitter saying that it was Crawford ducking and all this type of stuff. And then only time y'all actually believed it wasn't that with him coming out telling his side of the story. Only time y'all actually believed that what I was saying was when Charlo petitioned to try to block him from fighting Madrimov. That's when people started to realize that Al Heyman was intentionally trying to freeze out Terrence Crawford. That's when people started to believe it. That's when people really started to believe, like, okay, maybe what I was saying was true. They was like, okay, and he was. All of a sudden, Charlo want to pull a rabbit out his head or pull a rabbit out his ass and talking about, well, I'm ready to come back and fight for my belt and all that, trying to block Terrence Crawford. That's all it was about. So you think Mayweather you gonna let Crawford go in there versus Canelo? You think Al gonna let Crawford go in there versus Canelo? Nah. He beat Canelo at 168, and maybe, people more optimistic than I am. I'm more pessimistic about it, but maybe more people more optimistic about him actually being able to beat Canelo. And if he do, he's instantly greater than Floyd Mayweather. And Mayweather know it. He's done a lot of things that Mayweather never done. Mayweather don't mind. Mayweather don't want to see nobody do better than him, but he damn sure don't want to see a nigga do better than him.
Who are these niggas?
I cried laughing when I
yeah, you know what I'm saying? like we need to stay away from these niggas.
Mm-hmm. And that's the God honest truth. They know. So a lot of things working against Terrence Crawford, even though it's alleged that was Canelo's last deal with PBC. And that was his last deal with PBC and shit like that. But, we know what it is. We know what it is. So they trying to box him out. So it's a lot of things working against Crawford and Canelo. It's a lot of things working against Crawford. Everybody trying to stop Crawford, trying to box Crawford out, still trying to stop him, And if y'all don't think it's conspiracy against brothers, man, it is. I tell y'all this every day. We're the most despised and most hated. Don't just sit here and be like, oh, black people. Nah, it's us. It's black men. They've been able to control the narrative of our image for forever. The reality of who we really are is never depicted to the masses. It never is. It's always deadbeat. It's always lazy. It's always broke. It's always bum. It's always reckless. They take a small portion of us, and that's the representation of us. But they don't take a small portion of, the brads that delete their family or, try to assassinate, certain people out here. They don't take them or go to schools and, you know what I'm saying? They go to the schools and do their thing or whatever. They never take them and make them the standard. You know what I'm saying? But when they take a small portion of us and they make it the standard. So you got to remember that. Them destroying our image, you know what I'm saying? They've been doing that shit forever. And we don't control our image. And then, what did Jay-Z say? And was that song, The Bad Guy on American Gangster? He said, when my back against the wall and I finally react and fight back, now I'm pretty much the bad guy. Fuck it, you're going to be the bad guy doing great things. You're going to be the bad guy. And when you do shitty things, you might as well go out with a bang. Keep telling y'all that. We don't control, the media controls our narrative more than any other group of people. And I'm not talking about black men, I'm talking about black men in general. So that is what it is. You done effed up my. Okay, I read that one already. It's on Twitter. Support the channel, CJ Good 313. Check us out on Kick. Hit the link tree. You can find me there. 650,000 is not bad in today's time. Bootleg streaming, you can't stop it. Nope. And I think that was a great number. Shout out to my boy Gino. The Saints, they rolling. The Saints about to go to the Super Bowl. I told Gino that last year. I was 1 year off. Shout out to the Saints.
Snow bunnies never. I said black queens forever. Snow bunnies never. I said black queens forever. Snow bunnies.
That was definitely a SoundCloud mistake or soundboard mistake. But here we go.
Put some respect on my name.
Shout out to the Saints, man. Glad we don't play them niggas this year. I don't like how the Lions looking. I know it's early. I think we're gonna be getting Cam Ward #1 overall in the draft. Shout out to Cam Ward. He should have came to Michigan though. We could have need you. He said, Drizzy, black American men are of a threat to the system than any other melanated group. Yep. Yeah, they got them Africans on the string. I do anything for the Frenchman. We give all the resources to the French. We give all the resources to the Middle East. They are our brothers. But them niggas in America, we cannot stand them niggas.
Someone call 911.
They're killers. What the one dude that I did the video on, they're homosexuals. I'm like, God damn, he looking zesty as anybody. Like, that's wild. Yeah, then you keep that Umar shit. Pan-Africanism, nah, niggas ain't got no allies in America. Not even our women. I be trying to tell Gino that. I be thinking y'all owe these hoes some loyalty, man. These hoes gonna be the reason you in a pine box looking at the roof of the church, preacher telling the truth and it hurt. We need DMX on the soundboard. Damn. But Canelo, they're gonna be in Canelo here. They're gonna pay Canelo not to fight Terrence Crawford. Remember, they tried to pay Michael Williams Jr. not to fight AB, so AB couldn't get a fight. I forgot about that. And then allegedly, the Pops was saying that they paid Roy Jones to set his son up in sparring, so he wouldn't fight AB. So if y'all don't believe some of the shit that they'll do to stop a black man from eating, bro, and these are black people. This is another brother that's stopping the brothers from eating, bro. I couldn't eat with you, so I got to go somewhere else and eat. I got to go somewhere else to eat. No, he like, no. If you ain't gonna starve with me, you can't eat without me. Like, damn, nigga. That's why Al Heyman, moved the way he moved. That's why he moved the way he moved. He's a sucker. He let these Mexicans go all the way around the world and eat how they want to eat. Go where they want to go. These brothers, he like, oh, nah. He said, y'all ain't going to do a damn thing. Y'all brothers, man. And come on.
Stupid ass over nothing. Hey, come on, man. We supposed to be brothers.
Yeah, right. Al Heyman like, shit. Shit, but yeah, they gonna try to stop Crawford. They still try to stop Crawford. Man, it's about the money. It's about the money. It's about the money. If we had the money, everything could be good. Now money coming up. Money coming up. Now it's man, I don't want to fight no more. I don't want to do this no more. Or I don't want to fight on Fridays. I don't want to fight on Saturdays. You know, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, but not Fridays and Saturdays. You know, I want to fight on a Fat Tuesday in February and shit like that. You know, that's when I want to fight. He like, man, Ninja, what? Huh? But let's talk about T.O. now. There's a rumor going out there behind the scenes that Rick Glaze, that what's the brother name? Turkey Al Sheik offered Teofimo Lopez $10 million to fight Devin Haney. So he declined it. I mean, we know he dug Brian Norman Jr. And like I said, it ain't about the money. You got to remember, too, he was the one going around talking about, you know, him and Bud should fight, and him and Bud both under the Riyadh season banner. And now Devin Haney and Turkey Al Sheik is working together. And if that's true that he turned down that money, I mean, why? I know they had a sparring session, and, you know, Devin kind of got the best of him. But, you know, Devin ain't got no chin. Remember that? Devin is coming off what y'all say is everybody consider a loss. So why wouldn't you? And you're gonna get paid $10 million. That's my thing about it. I don't care if it's in the Middle East, it's on Marvin and Martian's planet, it's in Australia, it's wherever it's at. And then you got Eddie Hearn, who basically talking against Devin. And you got people saying, well, you know, Eddie Hearn just keeping it real. He don't keep it real when Dillian White popped hot. He don't keep it a bean when it comes to them British fighters. These British fighters fight guys while they hot. These British fighters cheat. These British fighters, they quit. They do all types of sassy ass shit. You know what I'm saying? And Eddie Hearn don't speak bad against them, but soon as, you know, working relationship ain't a working relationship, or he can't use and abuse American fighters, he quick to speak against you. The table's quick to turn on you. Tell me I'm lying. The table's quick to turn on you. You know what I'm saying? As Minister Anthony Joshua was face down, ass up on the canvas and shit, clapping that ass. Come on. Eddie Hearn never spoke bad against him, but them American fighters, he have a lot of bad to say about them. You know? So when people hear certain things, he just keeping it real. Nah, nigga's a whole ass nigga. I've been telling y'all that about Eddie Hearn, man.
Sunshine when Tank's gone. Only dark times for you. Ain't no sunshine when Tank's gone. And Leonard Ellaby. Why you always talking about me?
Make sure y'all thumbs up the video. Yeah, they say, you know, we be talking all this shit, man. At the end of the day, man, you know, Devin wants too much money and he don't. Apparently, everybody wants too much money. Brian Norman wanted too much money. What's the other brother's name? Charles Conwell wanted too much money for them to fight Boots. Don't nobody want to sign up to fight Liam Paro in Australia. They want too much money. So either you ain't got enough money, you know what I'm saying? Or maybe they do want too much money. But for T.O. to say, you know, to possibly turn down $10 million, I mean, it is what it is. He thinks he mattered. Nobody cared. Teofimo end up missing tomorrow, or he didn't exist when nobody gave two fucks in the damn. When nobody cared. Nobody likes Teofimo Lopez, whether they black or white, Mexican, Honduras. Look how this nigga looking at T.O. in this picture. Like, man, I'll smack the shit out this bitch ass nigga. Look how he looking at him. Look how he looking at him. Like he want to knock him out. Like, this nigga's goofy. Like, he's goofy, bruh. He looking like, you know what I smell?
Smell something? That's the fuck on my hair. I smell pussy.
Come on, man. Oh boy, want to snuff Teofimo right off the scales right there. Pow! He want to send T.O. to the upper room right there. Look how he looking at T.O. Nobody likes this guy. His family don't like his guy. His dog don't like him. His cat don't like him. His son don't like him. God don't like you, nigga.
It's like going to heaven and finding God smoking crack.
Yeah. Come on. You know, and can he fight? Absolutely. You know, got a good resume and all this stuff and this, that, and the third. But his antics, he think people care if you fight on a Friday, a Thursday, a Wednesday in LA, green eggs and ham in Montreal, green eggs and ham in motherfucking Bolivia. We don't give a fuck if you don't fight no more. Your numbers indicate that you ask. You could talk about what Shakur don't do and Shakur don't sell, and Shakur can at least sell in Jersey. T.O. can't sell in his home in New York City. He had never fought in Honduras. He couldn't sell there, and he can't sell in his adopted home of Florida. Shout out to all my people in Florida. Shout out to all the little jits in Georgia. I mean, in Florida. Shout out to my jits. You know what's going on. Shout out to the Zoes and shit, man. You know, he can't sell down there. They don't claim Teofimo Lopez. Come on, they claim Flow Rider before they claim Teofimo Lopez.
Yeah.
Oh, y'all see Yellow Beezy? Y'all see Little Beezy try to get busy and slip and fall at the courthouse? Y'all saw Yellow Beezy? Somebody on Mo3 family put them hands on Yellow Beezy. Like 60 though, bruh. They ain't got no respect down there in Texas, man. He squared up with Unc. Unc was like 60 years old. He popped Unc with the pop. Unc was like, damn, cuz, respect your elder. Them Yellow Beezy tried to jump in all black and try to jump in on dog. This nigga just slipped, fell on his head at the courthouse. Where was you at before Unc almost got pieced up, Yellow Beezy, man? Crazy. Motherfucker, these niggas don't never learn, bro. They don't never learn. You know, y'all, one motherfucker already did. Trust and believe in the process. People reap what they sow. You don't always have to take vengeance in your hands. You know, and what's so funny is, I just want to speak on it. It just was on my mind for a minute. I'm going to finish on T.O. A lot of people want to take vengeance in their hands. A lot of black men want to take vengeance in their hands when it comes to another brother. But when it comes to the mayonnaise nation and shit like that, and it come to the strawberry sellers nation and all that stuff, man, we don't have we forget them. Remember that female cop that killed that brother Botham in Dallas? Was that in Texas? And she went into his apartment and said she thought it was her apartment and thought he broke in and sent brother to the upper room.
Upper room, nigga. The upper room with Jesus. You know what that is? The upper room the motherfucker be singing about? The upper room. Yeah, that's right. Tell you what, you die first, I'm gonna sing at your funeral. I'm gonna just bust up in the motherfucker and go to the upper room. Let them shoot me. I don't give a fuck. They'll take me out singing that motherfucker.
Yeah. And her family got up there and said they prayed for her and put hands on her and they forgave her. But y'all can't forgive each other, families and shit, and move on. But y'all forgive them. Y'all forgive the boys in blue. Y'all forgive the mayonnaise nation, the clear people, the strawberry sellers, the cotton pick, or the strawberry pickers and corn sellers on the corner. But we can't forgive each other. It's crazy, bro. But I always want to claim police brutality and shit. So they need to cut that out, man. Trust and believe. Serve, justice will be served. But if your cousin, whoever he was, going around being a goddamn serial, deleter, come on, what you expect, man? Like I said before, it's crazy, bro. Our people, man, we got to get it together. But back to T.O. Nobody likes this guy. And it ain't even like if he played the heel role, he played the villain role, like nobody would care. Nobody would care. If he played the villain role, he tried to play the good guy. I mean, you got to remember, this motherfucker probably hold the record for most consecutive fights on Heisman night or most appearances as the main event on Heisman night, man. This motherfucker still don't have no following. He still don't have no following like that Gucci Man song, Follow Me, Follow Me. Obama hit me up and told me, Gucci, follow me. He still ain't got no following. This nigga that did more black flips on Heisman night than Reggie Bush, Barry Sanders, Jason White, Sam Bradford, Caleb Williams all put together. Come on, he'd have been on Heisman night more than anybody. You know, so that's just what it is with Teofimo Lopez, man. Nobody, I mean, it don't matter what he do. He gonna have to just go on like on a Bernard Hopkins type of run, just beating any and everybody and going a consecutive streak, and then I think people start to realize his greatness. He can fight. He can fight. I never take that away from him. He can fight. And he one of them dudes, when he in the danger zone, my brother, like he's dangerous. When his back's against the wall, he's dangerous. He can punch. He can counter punch, you know, and it'd be probably better if he go get a real trainer other than his daddy. But a lot of these men got egos. They don't care about their sons. Because if you cared about your son, you will let somebody that taking over, or you will watch them take over and really take your sons to the next level, because there's some things they missing moving up in weight before you move up. And I think, yeah, why not move up and fight Bud if you feel like you can win? Why not move up and fight Brian Norman Jr.? You know, why not fight Devin Haney if the cash is right? If they offer you $10 million, you know, you might go in there and fight, get back Johnson and get clipped in the head and may never be able to make another dime in the sport of boxing. So, you know, when that type of money there, and who knows, it could have been some conditions on there. But Theo, we need you to come to the Middle East so we can piss and doo-doo on you to get your $10 million. He probably, hell no, I ain't no Instagram model, my nigga. Who knows? We don't know what's in those conditions. We need you to touch your toes to get this money. And Theo in there like,
More do you want from me? Oh my God.
He like, hell nah. So you don't know what these conditions they put in this contract. You know, so we don't know. We don't know if it's true, if it's just an allegation. I mean, it's hard to see him turning down $10 million. Especially over in the Middle East. You fight over there, your baby mama can't touch that cash. Woo, woo. And maybe he don't like the way this at. Maybe he don't like the fact that he feel like Devin coming at his most vulnerable state. Maybe he want Devin to build himself back up. But shit, 10 is 10. I ain't selling my asshole for 10. You know, I ain't letting nobody poop pee and doo-doo on me. I wanna piss on you. Wanna use your face as a porta potty on your body, on your face. Drip, drip, drip. Absolutely not. You know what I'm saying? That's just me personally. You know them. I didn't know they was doing that to them Instagram models. I said, damn, imagine you. I just came from Dubai. You know, you meet a chick. You, oh man, you like, I'm good. Touch that hole, you get hepatitis C and shit, man. Yo. So yeah, that's why I be tapped to go. Yo, I just came from Jamaica. I was supposed to go out with this girl some months ago. She said she came to Jamaica. I was like, nah. I see what y'all hoes be over there doing. I'm good. No, thank you. I came from Houston. No, thank you. I used to stay in Atlanta. No, thank you. No, thank you at all. Well, CJ, that can happen to anybody. Well, you roll the dice. You can. You know, yeah, she hit you with the tool and flush your whole radiator, nigga. What Cheesy said. But yeah, man, I think T.O.'s a terrific fighter. I think, man, he probably borderline Hall of Famer. You know, and can he beat Devin? Yeah. But it's some things that's missing, like getting on his toes, cutting the ring off, using his jab some more. When you move up in weight, you got to learn that 1 or 2 shots not gonna get it done. 3, 4 shots, double, triple it up. You know what I'm saying? You can't be so heavy on your feet. When you move up in weight, you got to beat these guys with skill, speed, IQ, precision, accuracy. You know what I'm saying? All that type of stuff. And, you know, you got to you got to bring things to these divisions that they're not accustomed to seeing. I did a prediction on Daniel Du Bois and Anthony Joshua. And one of the things that I was talking about moving up in weight was Usyk moved up in weight and fought Joshua. He did some things that Joshua wasn't accustomed to. And he was hitting Joshua with all types of, you know, off rhythm punches. Where can you find a guy, you know, that can, you know, move and punch like Alexander Usyk in the heavyweight division? You can't. He was hitting AJ with body shots, slowing him down to the body. Heavyweights, and the higher you go, I'm guarantee you, you know, per average, the lesser the body shots drop off. So when you move up in weight, you got to bring things that they not accustomed to seeing. If that's hand speed, if that's counter punching, if that's combination punches. And once you kind of look in the sport of boxing, combination punching is dead. Ain't nobody throwing combinations like they used to throw combinations. Real talk. You don't really see bulls that's sitting in the inside, and they working combinations. They stepping over and they working them angles and throwing them combinations like Chavez and Marvin Hagler and guys like Jake LaMotta. They don't move their hands like that no more. They don't even with shots no more. So it's a lot of things that he can work on. I think kind of remind me of Adrian Broner, where they don't really get off as far as punching wise.
No Diddy, like
that's because their feet is so heavy on their feet. They not moving on their toes, and they just don't know how to punch off platform or don't know how to really get on their toes and make something happen. So he got some deficiencies before he wanted to move up. But to be honest, he's always a threat. He's dangerous. And I just like to see him kind of really, clean up the footwork and utilize the jab a little bit more and learn to double and triple up his shots. And I got to understand, like, I'm not a one knockout puncher like I was at 30, at 40. So let me double and triple up my shots. Let me counter punch. Like he can counter punch, hide my shots a little better, double and triple this up, go to the body a little bit more. So, but as far as him and Devin, I mean, it's a terrific fight, but the problem is he don't think he can get past that stick. No Diddy.
No Diddy, like
that. No Al.
Good job, Al Haney.
He can't really get past that range. And with Devin, unless he can get Devin to come to him like Ryan did, then he really don't have a chance. If Devin keep that distance and that range with that reach and that height and that speed, it'll be a lot better. And you see Devin kind of training, keeping that right hand up. And it's not even just about that. A lot of times with Devin is, I think he fight too small. I think Devin would be a lot better fighter had he bring his base in a little bit and he box a little bit more finesse. It just seemed like he kind of loading up his shots a lot. If he just touch, and then mix in hard shots, he'll get more knockouts. But every time he throwing to prove a point. But if he throw just to score and land, he'd be a lot faster and more efficient. But you could tell by a fighter's base, they throwing for power. A lot of these fighters, they don't adjust their base. Their base is their base. You will see Mayweather, you will sometimes see Mayweather come out in a wide base. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes, in his career, he'll bring his base in. Especially when he was younger. He would need to be more fleet of foot. He'll punch off he can generate power off platform. But a lot of these guys like Shakur Stevenson, they got the same base. A lot of these guys like Devin and Teo, they bring the same base to every fight. With Crawford, sometimes Crawford will go wide. Sometimes in some fights, he'll go neutral. When he fought Victor Postol, it was a little bit more of a narrow base because he was moving. And a lot of these fighters, and James Toney was one of the guys that just always had a wide base. And that's what allowed really Roy Jones to really have a lot of success because he was able just to, his athleticism was a problem. But guess what? He was able to get around that base. It was nothing that James Toney was going to do. Weight drain or not weight drain, that wide base wasn't going to work versus Roy Jones. You know what I'm saying? So you got to be able to make that be adjustable, like an adjustable bed frame. You got to be adjustable. You got to bring that base in. You got to get on them toes. When you punch it for a wide base, your base is wide, you're indicating that you coming for power. Guess what? For Teo, he not the puncher that he once was at 135 pounds anymore. If you see it from Tank, Tank will switch the bases up too. Sometimes Tank will be like, all right, during the fight, Tank will switch. Sometimes Tank will move. You can't move with a wide base like he moved versus Rolly. Sometimes Tank will bring the legs in. He'll move and punch. And then, when he's stalking you, then he'll widen that base up and he punching for power. A lot of these dudes, they got the same base. They think I'm going to come in with a hammer and change the alternator. Nigga, you're not going to do that. Nigga think he's going to take a screwdriver, you know what I'm saying, and you're going to put a roof on. No. Sometimes you got to bring multiple tools. You just can't come in and just say, I got one base and I'm going to punch for power. That may not work. Frank Martin, you see Frank Martin in some fights with a wide base and he looking to knock you out. Then you see him when Frank kind of fought a little bit guys that can punch like Artem and Tank. He brought the base in. He started moving a little bit more versus Tank. So, yeah, you can't move like you really want to move and punch how you really want to punch when you need to cut the ring off with guys with that wide base. It's hard. You know, sometimes you got to bring that base in. I think a lot of these fighters can take a page out of Evander Holyfield book. Holyfield used to do them aerobics classes. You know, y'all might be laughing. Remember in Dr. Doolittle, he was doing them aerobic classes with the tights on. Holyfield used to do that shit. Holyfield fought with a rhythm. You don't get guys that fight with a rhythm no more. Everybody kind of want to be like Money Mayweather. Kind of don't fight with a rhythm. You know, don't fight with a rhythm because they can catch your rhythm. Man, they got to catch your rhythm first. Roy fought with a rhythm. They got to catch your rhythm. And if they start to catch your rhythm, then you could change the rhythm up. You know, it's like when you hear a good song, CC Peston, you know, finally it happened to me. And, you know, then it might go to, you know, to If This World Was Mine with Cheryl Lynn and Luther Vandross. You're not going to keep the same rhythm for a slow dance or for an up-tempo beat. You're not. So I remember I was hearing Mayweather say, sometimes I'll just fight flat-footed so a fighter can't get my rhythm. I think a lot of fighters really ran with that narrative. But if you can change the rhythm, trust in somebody that I took dance lessons and shit, you can change the rhythm, change your rhythm. You know what I'm saying? Change your rhythm. A lot of these guys, they don't change the bass. They don't fight with a rhythm no more. You don't really see guys fight on their toes and fight for the rhythm no more. Look at Sugar Ray Robinson. They said when he fought, it was like watching jazz. These motherfuckers don't have a personality no more. They don't have rhythm no more. You know what I'm saying? They don't fight on their toes no more. Absolutely. Think about it, like who really out here fighting with a rhythm? Who really out here like really saucy? Remember Emmanuel Augusta used to fight with like a little swag rhythm. You know what I'm saying? These dudes don't think about it. It's an anomaly when you see a guy that's really rhythmic. That's really rhythmic. And not just moving, they got a rhythm to what they moving. It's like they moving to a beat. It's like they just like a nomad. They don't get guys like that no more. This is the most non-rhythm fight. This boxing shit that you ain't getting nowhere else, by the way. Support the channel, share it, donate to the channel, subscribe, join the Patreon. Come on, this shit y'all ain't getting nowhere else, man. Let's get it, man.
Damn, that shit was dope.
Come on, man. These niggas don't fight with a rhythm no more, dog. And T.O. and it might be too late for T.O. He'd be better served to learn how to fight with a rhythm. Get on his toes, dart in and out, all that stuff. Even the guys that kind of box and box around the ring, they really don't fight like a Sandor Martin. He a irky jerky type of guy, but he ain't really no rhythmic guy. You talk about guys like Sugar Ray Robinson, you know, when he was dancing on the ring. You talk about guys like Muhammad Ali. You talk about guys like a young Mayweather, guys like Crawford when he fought Postal, when he fought Klimov, you know, he fought with so much of a rhythm. I mean, you don't get those guys, no. Even the smaller guys, even with Gary Russell's, you know, they more plotters and they move their hands, but it's not much of a rhythm. You don't get guys that's like saucy like that no more, like a Rory or some of them dudes who just don't. You know, even Joe Calzaghe fought with somewhat of a rhythm. He fought with a little bit of a rhythm. You don't get those guys no more. You don't really see dudes turning and you know, hey, you know, another guy that fight with a rhythm, you know, Ben Whitaker. He's one of those guys that's a real, you know, he's an irky jerky guy fighting lower level competition. I believe he's a silver medalist, but he fight with a little bit of a rhythm, and he fight to a rhythm and to a beat. And it's a you know, sometimes you'll see fighters that change it up and they start moving, but it's just. It's not authentic. It's artificial movement. It's just, I'm confused. So let me see if I can confuse him and throw him off and buy me some time until I get my breath. So yeah, that's one of the lost arts in boxing, breathing and fighting with a rhythm. It's not bad to fight with a rhythm because you always can change it up. You always can change the rhythm up as they change the song. You know, you can be going to, you know, you can be on a jazz song. You know, you could be at a song where don't stop till you get enough. Keep on with a Michael Jackson. Then they go to some shit like Purple Rain. You ain't gonna smooth the same. You ain't gonna move the same. A lot of these dudes fight the same pace, the same rhythm the whole fight, unless the opponent dictates it. It's the same pace, same rhythm. And only time they try to switch it up is maybe when their legs start to get lactic build up and they try to just get a rhythm and bounce on their toes, or they get confused, or they trying to throw their opponent off. It's nothing really authentic though. But I think I wouldn't even say Madrimov. Even when he fought Crawford, he really didn't have a rhythm. Like, I've seen him have somewhat of a rhythm. And a lot of those Ukrainian fighters do have a rhythm. Either they got somewhat of a rhythm. But even in a Crawford fight, his rhythm was to survive. I'm a survivor. I'm a survivor. He was saying that bitch surviving, bro. I might do a breakdown of that fight on the Patreon. I might do it. But apparently, obviously, he called out he called out Tank, and this was on the heels of, people saying that telling me behind the scenes that oh, okay, see, hold on. See, some validity here. I mean, we got some news out here. Hold on.
Congressman, I didn't know he could preach like that.
Oh man. Eddie favorite guy.
Sunshine when Tank's gone. Only dark times for you. Ain't no sunshine when Tank's gone. And Leonard Ellerby. Why you always talking about me?
There you go. So they wanted $20 million to fight Haney. Leonard Ellerby brutally shuts down talks about Teofimo Lopez fighting Devin Haney. So no, this wasn't planned part of the show. Just a little short mistake Google search. So he said Teofimo Lopez is desperate for a fight with the biggest names in boxing, though he says. The latest in his line of fires Gervonta Davis. Hey, Tank, give me a fight, brother. He ain't fighting. I ain't fighting. What's up? I don't like people saying I'm ducking somebody. Why do I beat him? Because I'm the takeover. That's real convincing. That's why Lopez told a media gathered at the weigh-in of recently concluded Canelo Alvarez and Ignar Berlanga headline event. 27-year-old last fought against Steve Claggett in June this year, winning the bout via majority decision. All right. So let's see. So he said in the interview, when the interviewer asked Leonard Ellerby if he got the fight done, if he got the fight done between Teofimo Lopez and Davis Tank, Ellerby responded by saying, "Get the F out of here," elaborating on why he didn't initiate the fight negotiation with Teofimo Lopez. Ellerby stated that the Brooklyn-born boxer was unreliable and doesn't have the proper roadmap regarding who he wants to fight. Quote, "At the end of the day, but he throws out people's names like he don't know what he's doing," Ellerby said bluntly. Additionally, Ellerby hinted that the fact that Lopez's team sometimes quote ridiculous offers. They wanted $20 million to fight Haney, right? Wasn't that out there, just all over the place, Davis promoter said. So and this might be from that earlier offer when they said allegedly they wanted $20 million. And apparently they was offered 10 not too long ago or of recent nature to fight Devin Haney. And this is why they said no, they wanted 20. So, I mean, at the end of the day, that means he don't want to fight. Furthermore, while Ellerby praised Teo as a fighter, in his mind, there was only one winner of the matchup of him and Tank. We already know that. So, at the end of the day, we all know this dude is pump faking. He really got BBC envy.
No diddy like that.
He really want to be a brother. He really want to be with us. He really want to go through the struggle. He want to be FBA. He don't want to be Pan-Africanism. He don't want to be Honduras. He just want to be a nigga. That's what it is.
With these niggas.
I cried laughing when I read
You know what I'm saying? like we need to stay away from these niggas.
And that's the honest truth. But at the end of the day, with them saying that, he's goofy, and I would love to see him and Tank fight. I would love to see him and Devin fight. And these type of fights they need to get to really bring a superstar in boxing. You could say you're a superstar, but if you ain't consistently doing the numbers that you need to do to be a superstar, then you're not a superstar, and you kind of gotta pave that road by fighting guys. You can't be a superstar by word of mouth or by being co-signed by Floyd Mayweather. You got to go out there and do the work. And even Canelo Alvarez, before Floyd Mayweather and after Floyd Mayweather, had to go out there and actually do the work. He had to actually go out there and put the work in. So don't forget that he had to actually go out there and do the work. So he had to fight guys, and they can try to reinvent the wheel, but they may not think I need T.O. or I need Tank or I need Devin or I need Shakur, or I need whoever it may be Ryan, whoever it may be, but you do. You do. If y'all all gonna really give a great era and be superstars, y'all can't do it without each other unless somebody else arises up. And right now, it ain't too many players in boxing. Boxing is really a bunch of unknown guys. Once you look through the top 10 in a lot of these divisions, if you add the 10 best fighters up in the division, it's gonna be a handful of fighters you never heard of. Real talk. So boxing is really thin when it comes to top fighters and participants because nobody fighting each other. They got a guy at lightweight that's 41-0 that True School Sports interviewed. He's literally fought nobody, but he's 41-0 with like 28 or 30 knockouts or something like that. So there's guys out there. These guys just refuse to fight each other, and the advice that they taken from these guys, it has to be somewhat of a benefit to somebody out there in these big wigs and boxing to keep these guys not fighting each other. Probably because they making buku amount of money off each other. But this is a good fight. Is it a fight that T.O. can win? Yeah. Is it a fight that Tank can win? Yes. Would I favor Tank to win the fight? I would favor Tank versus everybody right now. Despite what people think I feel about Tank, I just want to see him do it. Never say you can't do it unless you try it first. It'd be the young niggas eager to pull it. It's a message in everything, even a bullet. Trust me, even a bullet.
Gangsters, what's up, guys?
I messed up my favorite song besides The Kiss. So, yeah, they should fight. Should be no reason. He ain't got no fight. He ain't got no fight. Fight. They should be willing to line it up in the tournament. Why not? If you lose, you lose. It's tomorrow. This ain't no Apollo Creed. It ain't no Tomorrow Rock. It's tomorrow. So why not? T.O. looked not that good in his last fight. Tank should be on his bully shit. Tank should be more willing to go to niggas' blocks and take over their blocks. But Jay-Z say, take over your block, burn it down. You can have it back, daddy. Whatever he said. Come on.
John DeMarco.
Absolutely. They should fight. There's no reason not to. If you lose, you lose. These niggas gonna be, Tank gonna be 35. These niggas gonna be 30, 31, 32, and these niggas still ain't gonna fight. And everybody in their mind think they hot shit, or man, come on, you ain't nothing compared to Hagler, Hearns, Duran, Mayweather. You know what I'm saying? Nothing. Roberto Duran, Sugar Ray Robinson in his day. Y'all ain't nothing compared to them. Y'all can literally take the boxing world and be the face of boxing and all just fight each other. But unfortunately, in this day and age, the guys that don't want to fight each other, the guys that don't want to fight, they get praised, and the guys who fight get praised. And a lot of these things y'all any questions I'll answer them. A lot of these things that's going on in the world, a lot of these weak ass, things that's going on in the world is celebrated. It's celebrated. Could you imagine having a female leader of a country, bro? Like, absolutely not. That shit is goofy. If y'all actually see how these women live on a day-to-day, man, y'all be like, absolutely not. They live on a spur of the moment. And when shit get tight, they start selling ass. Imagine y'all girl talking about, well, America, we in debt. We need to get bailed out. She trying to bend over for Putin and shit, man. And then he endorsed her to be the president. I should let you know everything you need to know. Black American men are often a threat. Okay, I read that one. Canelo next opponent, Conor McGregor, Jake Paul. I wouldn't mind seeing the Jake Paul fight. Oh, Jake Paul sent him to the upper room. Shout out to my boy Gino. He said, I got Canelo fighting Bud next September on ESPN pay-per-view. I don't know. He might be right. I doubt it. T.O. goofy he is. Yellow was almost a victim. You ain't lying. He was almost a statistic. That motherfucker slid. That motherfucker did the slip and slide. They could sound like Trick Daddy Dollars. Yellow uncle had a decent left hand, but his reflex. Oh, yeah, nigga like 80, bro. That nigga going around, yeah, I knocked the old nigga out. Like, oh, sit your turkey neck ass down. He said they weren't FBA. He talking about the yellow beezy shit. He said God don't like Honello, you mean hoes. He said you were a good dude, bro. Shout out to Robert Backshire. He said you could easily be a good leader. There's nothing but positivity coming from you. We need as a leader, bro. Yeah, I ain't gonna kill me. I ain't shit to kill though. I ain't got shit to lose. I'll be a leader. I'll lead the revolution. I ain't gonna lead y'all astray like Martin Luther King and all that bullshit he did. I led my people into a burning, desegregated building. Yes, you did, nigga. And you joined a lot of white women on the side, but you know what? Let me be quiet. Let me be quiet.
Shoot me! Shut up, man. That's something I didn't tell you. What? I got to paint a target on my ass? What do you know?
Keep telling y'all keep putting y'all full faith in these Keishas, man. So don't do that neither, bro. Our number one opposition is them Keishas. I know y'all don't believe me, but look how they act and they fiend for Brad, like Jodeci. Who dang gonna say they just announced Jenna Big fighting IBF mandatory in 16 days in Australia. Can he even make the weight? I see now when Tyson and Usyk got it. Usyk just got out of jail. A misunderstanding and shit. Beevil too, trash. He said Canelo don't want to test versus Crawford. That's why, yeah, he probably don't. Canelo have to build an excuse for losing first. I mean, they all got excuses when they lose, especially the Mexican. I didn't think my computer rocked today. Especially with Marquez. I used to love Marquez. That motherfucker had more excuses than a man going to Pelicans Bay. He had more excuses than a man's going to Pelicans Bay. The Mexicans be having Pacquiao. No, Pacquiao, the king. My shoulder and my leg. I didn't have my Ariza juice. Freddie Roach gave that advice. All types of bullshit be coming out of them niggas' mouth when they lost. That nigga Marquez put him to sleep. I was like, God damn, it must be two sides. That nigga was on the cool side of the pillow. I said Marquez put that motherfucker down. Like, watch your favorite dog get hit by a Mack truck, man. He put my boy down. Pacquiao, like he got hit with a tranquilizer shot. Remember they King Kong in the last movie got put to sleep because he had a tooth infection. That motherfucker was sleep like King Kong. That was trash ass Godzilla. Godzilla 0 was way better. Godzilla 0 was way better, but yeah, man. Shit, that's pretty much about it. Y'all got any other questions, man? Or I could just ramble about some bullshit. I don't know what it's to ramble about. Let's see what they trending on Twitter about. Probably absolutely fucking nothing. Absolutely nothing. Oh yeah, Diddy, they denied him bail and shit, man. And I know a lot of brothers, on a pro-black shit saying that, we lynching the guy. I agree with them, but if you hurt your people, I think you deserve to go to jail for hurting your people and shit. You pimping your people, and it's another thing I got to speak on too, man. I think it's another thing that a lot of y'all brothers got to understand that, pimping dead, right? We all know pimping dead. Pimping been dead. All right, pimping been dead. And with sex trafficking coming out there now, they doing sex trafficking on pimps and all that stuff. So we already know that pimping been dead. So, but now when you flying these women out for sexual purposes only, now they can hit you with sex trafficking just for flying a woman to you. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of people think tricking is hands free. A lot of people think tricking and selling, tricking and just buying it. I'm telling y'all, even when the dudes, y'all being trick daddy dollars and y'all tricking on women, it comes with a price. A lot of these women gonna be trying to file a Me Too claim on y'all for tricking. Watch, he forced me into doing this and he gave me and they gonna try to come back. Women don't have accountability. So a lot of these women that were selling themselves, selling their bodies, selling all that, they're gonna try to come back and do what I would like to call is what you call that stuff, class action lawsuit. That's what the Me Too is about. If all these women if like 90% of the women that was part of the Me Too claims, if they was financially straight, they wouldn't have made them claims. So when you dealing with women that's broke and you tricking, you spending on women who broke and who selling themselves or selling their body, whatever. When you dealing with them type of women, guess what? They're gonna lie, and that's why I say dealing with like baby mamas, sex workers, you got to understand they're going to lie, and women in general going to lie and play victim to say they don't ask. So they can say, you know, you don't know where you might be 30 years from now, right? You might be the CEO of Alaskan Airlines. You might be, you know, get some money or whatever, you know, and you might do some stuff, or you might refuse to sell your company, your business that you built up. And you don't want to sell it. So they might get a woman that they might dig some dirt on you, find a woman you used to deal with, and they might say, well, you beat me, or you raped me, and you did this, that to me, and they making claims on you. That's how they get you. They be like, oh, why you sell verses, or why, you know, did this, that, and the third. He sell this, that, and the third. And black people can't have nothing, because if you don't sell it, then they're gonna take it. So you want to be, you know, you want to be wealthy and free, or you want to be dead or in jail and broke. That's just what it boiled down to. So now kind of when you start talking about, you know, you paying, you know, tricking ain't hands free. Of course, you don't have to deal with the emotional attachment with some women. You ain't kind of got to deal with the nagging. You just getting the butt. And all you really worried about is, as long as the condom stay, if the condom don't stay on, a child or STD or whatever like that. So that's high risk. But now you also got to worry about the class action lawsuit of them coming back trying to destroy you. You don't know what you're going to be tomorrow. Today, you don't know. It's, you know, your life can change for the greater tomorrow. You just never know. Your life can turn around at the drop of a dime. And then they pull this up on you, or a woman claims, see, you got some money, and try to extort you, and all this type of stuff happened to Kevin Hart. So when you start to think that tricking is hands free, or they don't really come with no downside to it or no cons to it, it do. If I fly a woman out now, that she can claim and turn on me, or they can claim and said I was sex trafficking. Come on. So you got to think about that. You know, you might get to do it, and, you know, she might say 100, or you give her 100. Oh no, I want 200. If you don't say 200, I'm gonna expose you on the internet. I got you recorded. Like, bro, it don't really pay. It don't really pay. It don't really pay. So when you talking about being a player now, and being like, it's dangerous being a player now. All the basic, you know, things of it away, you know, the STDs, the possible babies and all that. Even if you know, honest with everybody, it's dangerous. It's dangerous because women live in their own reality. So if somebody want to destroy you, all they got to do is get the women that you dealing with and have them turn on you. Women going to turn on you. Especially women in our community, they, you know, no matter how good you trade a woman, if it don't work out, they got vitriol towards you. Listen to a brother like me. No matter if it don't work out, a woman got vitriol towards you. No matter if she was in the wrong, you was in the wrong, you was in the right, she was in the wrong. And you walk away from that woman, that's the number one bad. A woman that, look, you got women on the line that's talking about them living with STDs that they can't get away with, and that's their badge of honor, and they wear, you know, they proud of it, and we should normalize it, and blase this, blase that, right? Or whatever, however they living in their truth, right? But one badge of honor a woman will never want to wear is that when it's known that a guy left them. When a man leave a woman, that's one of the worst things that can happen to a woman. They fear that more than some of the STDs they get going to Jamaica, Houston, Atlanta. They fear when the world know that a man left you. It takes a lot for a man to leave, especially if y'all married, especially if y'all got kids, especially if y'all got things together, and he leave you. It's guys that pro up, that get wealthy and never leave their wife. When a man leave you, that is like a F on your report card. That's like, if you understand the terminology, that's like having a felony on your record, a violent felony on your record. Even if you got a drug felony, you still can work at the big three, work at certain companies, drive trucks. But you got a violent felony, like, it's damn near impossible to work anywhere. You know what I'm saying? So, So yeah, that's like the ultimate badge of dishonor for them. It's when a guy leave them. And then, you know, the only thing that's worse than that for them, if they lose their kids. A guy leaving you, losing the kids, are two of the worst things that happen to a woman. Society will shun them. Even in this Western society. In other, you know, societies, they shun women for being single baby mama, especially if the husband not dead and all that. Yeah. But when you talking about this trafficking stuff and all this stuff they doing out here, man, like, don't be a part of it. Don't be a part of trick culture, bro. Don't be a part of trick culture, because trick culture is going to turn, it's going to, Me Too is going to manifest. It's already started to manifest into something more dangerous, which is trick culture. Even if some of these women are willing to participate, one thing you got to know about when you're dealing with women, they're going to do what's in their best interest. A woman can get turned against you like this. They can offer a woman some money. They always need money. No matter how much money you give women, they need more. So they can always turn a woman against you, especially if she don't have no feelings towards you. You could be the father of her child. You could be a great father. But if it's enough money involved, or she got some type of vitriol for you, that she'll turn on you. So any enterprise that's built, especially legal enterprise that's built on women, is unsustainable. You can't sustain it. They're going to destroy you. They are women that are fueled by emotion. You be like, well, what if women was logical? Then I don't think the relationship between men and women will work. Two logical people could work, but it's just a natural order. They illogical, they irrational, they emotional. They do things more on the spur of the moment. We do things more planned. We more careful. So it's supposed to be somewhat of a balance. But when you're dealing with this type of stuff, bro, they changing all these laws, and then you put a female president in there, it's going to get to the point where the country is just going to get, the birth rate is going to crash even further down in this country. Guys are already scared to have sex. And back in the day, it was the diseases. It was I'm going to have a baby. My mama going to put me out if I have a baby or bring a baby. Those were, okay, a lot of guys abstain. Even before you stuck it in, when you was a teenager, you thought about those things. You thought about those things, them images or them things you talked about in sex ed, or remember the girl had to carry the baby in sex ed, or you had to take care of the baby one time. You thought about all those things. Now you got to think about when you having sex, if she come back and say, I took the cookies out the cookie jar when I wasn't supposed to, even though it's not true, and society believing her over you, and then even if it's not true, my reputation is destroyed. Well, I got to worry about, her saying some 20 years later that I forced her to do this. You got women that saying I'm married and my husband raped me. Real talk. So a lot of guys just saying, you know what? I'm going to stack my money. I'm going to get a pizza, play Call of Duty, and I'm just stay in the house. I'm not going to the club. You could dance with the girl at the club. All of a sudden, she said you inappropriate touched her at the club. Like, who want to deal with that? And her word is more solid. No matter how many women lie in the court, there's no penalty for them lying in court. So she can lie and make you miss work and say this baby yours, and you never touched her. The baby don't be yours. You miss work. You had to get a lawyer, or you had to pay for the paternity test. You miss work, and nothing happened for her for lying on you, wasting your time. She can say, oh, y'all did this, that, and the third. My reputation is destroyed. Even though I proved it's not, guess what? It's still a strike on my resume. If not one more girl or two more girls say I did it, and women do that. You see that all the time. Remember Myron Rowe, who played for the Tennessee Titans? He was the Florida State. He was the #1 football player coming out of high school. He left the NFL, went to be a Rhodes Scholar. Emmanuel Seals tried to lie on her and had other women say he did something to them that he didn't do. That's all it takes. So when a woman's word is that powerful already, and you add a female president on top of that, and think about how deep this is, man. When you add a female president on top of that, think about, you ain't heard nothing else about Fannie Willis, what she did in Atlanta. A lot of people don't even know she was Young Thug's lawyer before pulling that case. So she had an issue with it. She came after Young Thug, who used to be her client, came after Trump, struck out, got exposed, and heard nothing else about her dealings with old boy after Trump. Tiffany Henyard, the mayor in Dalton, who messed up and blew their money. You heard nothing about them. If those stories had more visibility, if those stories was the highlight of this campaign, the more YouTubers and MSNBC, CNN covered those stories, because the immigrant thing, guys like Anton Day and Philip Scott been covering for 2 or 3 years, so it's nothing new. But if the headline was of a Tiffany Henyard, Fannie Willis, or some of these females, mayor, especially how bad the other female mayor did in Chicago, if that was a highlight, no way nobody in America will vote for females other than other black women. Nobody would put them in positions of power. But since that's really not the narrative, and they kind of swept up under the rug, People don't understand how bad it's going to get. And I'm telling y'all, for y'all fellas, tricking, sex trafficking, picking a woman, it's about to get even more difficult. It's about to be more virgins around here. And the only people that's really going to be dogging out women and hitting women or having sex with women at a rapid rate, it's going to be the 20 or 10% of men that they go after that don't care. So when you start talking about men that don't care, guess what? The fathers that don't really care, they have it easy. The fathers that want to be involved, they get took to court. They get extorted for more money through the system. But the fathers that don't care, guess what? They can pop up, hit the baby mama, pet the kid on the head, bring him a pair of socks, and that's all. See him in 6 months. I was talking to a chick last past weekend when I actually had a car, but nonetheless about that. And she was telling me how one of her friends, she was white or whatever, her baby daddy left her when, her kid was young and then showed back up till he graduated high school. And that she with him, he came back and now he got 9 kids and now she's still with him. And, he had to go away and move away because the feds was on him and all this stuff. And now he came back. It's like those type of dudes like that, have the easiest time. And when whoever his 9 kids with, he got access to all his baby mamas physically. He can hit them all. If you know I had one and I hit you, you gave me 2 or 3, I hit another one, it's a wrap. So dudes who got a reputation, the dudes who care about their appearance, care about their reputation, care about never going to jail, not having a rap sheet, don't drink and drive, care about how they treat women and all that, them are the guys that's going to have the toughest times out here with women. The ones that don't care, don't give a hell, the Pookies, the Ray Rays, the Chaz, the Glocktavius, the DeAndres, ain't nothing gonna happen to them. They are already destroyed. They already, as Loaded Lux say, lost ninjas. But the brothers that got something to lose, those are the ones, the rest of the ones that women are going to destroy. Productive men, whether you white, black, Mexican, Hispanic, Honduras, Congolese, whatever they call them, from Uganda, no matter who, those are the guys they're going to try to destroy next. They're going to destroy those guys next. You have something to lose. They want to destroy. Women want to be the dominant alphas of the world, starting in the West. And it's going to start with y'all putting her in office. Y'all don't see it. I'm telling y'all, it's going to be an epic flood from here. It's the end. It's not the beginning. The beginning and the end is there. It's the absolute end. Because once she get done with her 8 years, no matter how bad it is, it's been under Joe Biden. People just totally forgot that it's Trump. Oh, it's Trump, fuck Trump. And they forgot how bad it was and how straight it was over Trump. But they tell me, well, Trump was benefiting from Obama. We didn't get any benefits from Obama as black people. What benefited Obama was the rainbow community and a lot of those laws that protect the bad boys in blue. That's who benefited. He didn't do nothing for us. And nor did he promise to do so. But once she get out of office and Gavin Newsom come in, look at New York. 3 strike laws going to be across the board. Look at New York. California, excuse me. You can steal anything in California from any retail store for less than $1,000. They can't do nothing to you. It's going to get nasty. All the same-sex marriages, you're going to see even more of that being pushed. All the, taking advantage of adolescents and all that type of stuff. You see from a lot of females that's not getting covered on the news. It's a bunch of females that's taking advantage of their students that nobody's talking about. But one guy do it to 10 females, it's anarchy. So that's what I'm trying to tell y'all, brothers, man. Like, prepare yourself mentally, prepare yourself physically, get your finances together where you can be able to leave if you want to leave. A lot of y'all brothers, you catch my drift, they're replacing you with them immigrants. And I've said it before, a lot of them immigrants, they're coming into the country. They're not being tested for any of the diseases. A lot of y'all are sleeping with them and they're bringing diseases over from their home countries. So be careful. They might look good. They might seem exotic, but they're toxic. So all the days of being a player and all that type of stuff and, flying girls in, that shit is about to die. You about to die. Meeting a girl at the bar and you going out having a drinking with a woman. It's about to die. I was impaired. He took advantage of. That's about to die, bro. Oh, just come to my crib after we met at the bar. That's about to die. Especially if you one of those guys that can't judge the distance of if she really like you or not. That shit about to die. Especially if you can't really judge if she really with you or not. I tell you this, I done had women that straight up 304s. You know, and they hang around with me and then they want to get cuffed. They start catching feelings, complain. It was a brother on Instagram telling a story about how he had a threesome with his stud homie and a female. And, you know, she was acting like she was feeling something, whatever. And I might do a video on the Patreon. I might react to it. And he was like, you ain't feeling nothing, you know, let's come over here. You might as well, you know, let me, you know, give you the business. He gave her the business. She caught feelings. Women can't detach from that catching feelings. They can't detach from that. When they catch feelings for you and they like you, ain't nothing you really can do about it. And he said she was calling him and like crying. And she, you know, like I said before, they're never completely gone to the other side. But like I was telling y'all, man, like it's going to be like your vetting process. You got to start mentally preparing now. You know, that one night stand is dead. Prostitution, don't feed into sex work. That's another thing. Like how she is trying to, like, the main reason women are really going for her is because of abortions. And I feel like if you can't control your box, like that's not a us problem. That's not a us problem. You should be able to control your box. A woman can determine. Jenny Ma was with her first husband for a while, never had a baby. God with Jeezy had a baby in her 40s. I believe, or late 30s, 40s, I think. So why should we vote because you can't control your box? Plan B, condoms, female condoms. Control your box. That shouldn't be a voting point. And then when they have kids, or with Democrats, taxpayers have to take care of their kids. Why they can't work a full-time job. I think a lot of people need to look at a lot of the Republican policy. I think a lot of people's point of views or a lot of they beliefs line up with the Republicans. As far as some Republican states, I know for Tennessee for a fact, 'cause I know somebody went through this. If the baby ain't yours as a man, she has to pay you the child support back. You look at the medical systems in the red states, it's a lot better. You look at the financial in the roads in the red states, it's a lot better. They believe in no welfare, no handouts. Go to work. You know what I'm saying? That's what they believe in. Democrats believe in keeping you broke, making taxpayers pay welfare and all that type of stuff. So they believe in bailing out women. Women have a bailout. Even when they bad mothers, their kids bail them out. Their kids don't hold them accountable. But a father never gets bailed out. He never gets heard out. They never get his side of the story, how his mother ran him away, how the mother tricked him, used him for a baby, get on child support. And they never hear his side of the story. They only hear the mother, even if the mother is a notorious liar. And once they fall out and they really see who the mother is, then some of them have the presence of mind to go holler at the father, like, damn, you went through this, that, and the third. And yeah, I didn't know you went through this. I didn't know that. And they get the father's side of the story and they find out the mother is terrible. Even they still forget the mother. But long story short, mentally prepare yourself right now on how, like, if this woman gets in, of how you're going to operate, what's going to be your stack and your financial plan. You know what I'm saying? Like, do I have enough money to leave if I need to leave? You know, what woman how I'm gonna vet women is very important. This is key. Even more so important than the money. How are you going to vet women? Because Me Too is going to run wild. Now she wants to legalize sex work. That's a trap. Because once they start selling and legalizing sex work, and these women going to try to retire and get married and guys are not going to touch them, then they're going to need a retirement plan. I tell you this all the time. Women don't understand marriage is a retirement plan for them. And when they don't get married, they don't have resources. They spend all their money to go into Barbados. They spend their money going on trips in Europe. They spend their money at brunch. They don't save money. Women don't pass nothing down. When have you seen a wealthy woman say, well, I bought my mama a mansion? What's the football player that just bought his mama a 2.5 mansion, which wasn't smart? But come on, you don't see women say, well, I just bought my mama a new mansion. Well, my mama ain't never got to work again. You don't hear rich or wealthy women saying that. I retired my mother. You don't see that. Oh, Vinny, I talked about that yesterday in the live stream. But shout out to Vinny Ochoa. You don't see that. You don't see it. Men are the ones that leave behind houses, property, stocks, bonds, cars that's worth something, land, acres, insurance policy. A lot of these women don't even have insurance policies to hand down to their kids to bury them. Men leave those type of things on because men are not, they're selfless, not selfish. So when you don't get under a man's leadership, guess what? A man work hard all his life. He die early because he worked hard for his family. Now a lot of these dudes ain't working hard for shit. They stacking money. They having it their way like Burger King. And a lot of these women are going to work longer, harder, and they're going to die a lot sooner. They're going to start looking like dudes. You ever work in the factory and see a woman that worked there a long time? She got hard in the face like a dude. A lot of these women are going to start. A lot of men are going to start to outlive women because they don't have the stress of a family. They don't have the stress of a mortgage, or they don't have the stress of taking care of 3 or 4 kids. A lot of guys are saying it's too expensive. I do all this. I got to start over. If she don't like the way I'm doing stuff, I'm just not going to touch it. And a lot of women don't understand being under the leadership of a man, that retires you. He passed away. He worked hard or whatever. He retired for a pension, still working outside his pension or his 401k now for the most part. So he's still retiring outside of, he's still working outside of that, hustling, taking care of the crib. Even they win these houses and these divorces, they can't upkeep a house. Nobody tell you about the upkeep of a house. You don't wait till some shit break on the house. You constantly upgrade to improve the house. Doorknobs, roofs. You find ways to upgrade it. Oh, we need better gutters. So a house is always going to cost, even though a lot of these property taxes is at a sky high. So you don't take the Home Depot class, or you're not handy, or you don't know an honest contractor, you don't have a man to be able to vet these contractors and fix these things around the house. They get these houses fall apart. They can't take care of them. They lose them in property taxes. They get pennies on the dollars for them. They in debt with these houses, and it's a wrap. They lose everything. When you keep a man around the house becomes worth more. Your kids turn out a lot better, because y'all have 2 parents in there. Somebody always at a sporting event. Somebody always be able to go to the school and talk to the teachers, form a relationship. You know what I'm saying? Y'all do things as a family. Y'all stack y'all bread together. You know what I'm saying? Now you're able to have, she got 3 insurance policies. We got insurance policies on Junior and the kids. And, we got pets. So they always had things. We went on family trips. Guess what? I got a pension. I work 401k. We got multiple cars. We got toys. We got acres. You know what I'm saying? We got a nice home. We able to send our kids to college. Now we won. We got groceries. We paid the house off fast enough. We need to do a reverse mortgage for the kid. Now you passing things down to your kids. You setting them up for success. Now we can do a real estate portfolio. Oh, we retired. We could travel the world. Women are not going to have that benefit. They work to have fun. They work to pay bills to have fun. They don't save funds. So a lot of these women is going to be dying. They're going to be checking out. They bigger than men. They unhealthier than ever. And they did this to have liberation to do what they want to do. It's a reason why women were meant to be under a man's leadership. Men are planners. They structured. We don't need to spend that. We don't need this. We don't need another bed spread. We don't need another car. Be patient. We got to wait. Don't spend that money here. Don't get that car right there. Don't go out there and lease that car. Let's go to the lot and buy a car. Stuff of that nature. Let's get your credit together. We're planners. And what you find out when you be in a relationship with a lot of these women, they like to do things behind your back. And a lot of that debt falls on you. And when they don't fall and they don't, listen to your leadership and they go do what they want to do, that puts you in debt too. So a lot of guys walk away. So that's one of the things that a lot of you brothers got to understand. Prepare yourself now. Or how you going to vet these women, how you going to operate with these women, how you going to stack your bread if something happen. If you catch a case, do you got some bread behind you? You know, do I want a family? Do I want kids in this point? Am I just gonna have an apartment, pay it up for a year, or be a year ahead, or I'm gonna get a little condo, buy it, and just stay out the way? You know what I'm saying? Am I just gonna travel around the world, live here for a minute? How am I gonna operate? How am I gonna operate? And if something happened, am I have something money behind me so I can protect myself? You have to be able to mentally prepare yourself for that. If she get in office, even moving forward in general, how are you going to deal with women? Your money going to be straight? What is going to be my criteria for how I deal with them? Because it's got to be an adjustment. What is going to be your adjustment? What is going to be your game plan? Because we know one night stands now it's probably going to be off limits, meeting a chick at the club or the bar. Like, nah, like how many times do I feel like I need to see a girl to feel comfortable? Let her come to my crib. How do I feel comfortable going to her crib? Oh, these are the questions I have to ask her. Oh, this is the faith test I have to test her by. You know, it used to be, let me see my chart. Let me see this, that, and the third. You know, simple shit. Now you got to, let me hold check her. Hey, man, another little thing, man. I'm going to talk about this on the Patreon if I remember. Another little thing is this. A lot of times, bro, you can get these chicks, if you can't get their full names, which you should be able to. A lot of times you can put their phone number into a search. You can find out if they got a record. You can find out, or if you got her address, you can put it in. You can find out everything you need to know about her. My whole thing is Facebook. Then I'll put that, I'll get their name, whatever. If I can't get their name, whatever, if my call ID don't pop it up or she don't give it to me, then I put their number in, find out the number, find out all that. And I see the criminal record and all that shit. And you will be surprised. A lot of y'all don't even ask if they got criminal records. Most of these women got more records than guys do. So how are you going to operate out here, man? Because you can't fly them in no more. It's going to be risky dealing with 3 or 4 of them no more, even if you're being honest with everybody. How are you going to deal with this? How are you going to deal with the inflation that's about to come? Make your deciding factor now. Do I want a family? Do I don't want a family? If I got a solid woman right now, do I just go ahead and lock that down? Ain't nothing on the outside for real. Nothing. You used to be able to have fun in your 20s and have fun and all this stuff and invite people over. You meet a bunch of girls at the club, invite them over to your crib, have good, wholesome fun. You have a good night. They leave, and then maybe next week y'all do it again, or every now and again y'all do it again. Y'all go out next week, find some more women, or women find some more dudes. Used to be that type of party. You got to understand that died in like 2015, 16, 17. That died. Good party fun died. It died. Women want to be men, and that's all it's about. Women want to be men. They want to wear the drawers until they got to deal with the consequences of wearing the drawers. They want to be the men. That's unfortunate. They want to be men. Or I got hoes, or I just, or whatever. So y'all got to be careful about how y'all going to operate moving forward, especially after the turn of the year. And even with Trump moving forward, man, y'all got to, how you going to devise these plans. All these laws they drawing up for trafficking and all this type of stuff. Like, how we going to move? And we prepared. So you got to be prepared for all that, man. And mentally prepare, financially prepare, strategy-wise prepare, because the guys that's productive, the guys that want to do the right thing, the guys that want to fly the straight and narrow, we get taxed the most. So, like I said before, with old Cam, man, it's to the point where if she get in, it's gonna get filthy. And you talking about sex workers, think about your daughter. If it's legalized and, nieces, nephews, daughters' friends, female cousins, it's going to be a lot of pressure for them to do that. A lot of pressure for them to do that. I can just open my legs up and get some money, and they don't even understand when you ready to settle down and be a wife or you want to get cuffed. Nobody gonna cuff you if you were selling it. Nobody gonna cuff you or selling it. Once you sell it like that, and you sell it especially a few times, and people know you selling it, you can't be nobody's wife. Especially a guy that you really want. It's a wrap. You disqualify yourself. You disqualify yourself. And women think about it all the time. I heard women say, yeah, guy offered me $400 to do it, and I really need that $400, but I didn't do it. And they thought about it. I'm telling you, it go across their mind. So think about it. If you somebody that got daughters or you want to have kids, think about it. That woman trying to legalize sex work. The mayor of New York was saying they should legalize sex work. That's crazy. And all the women who choose to participate, which is going to be about 80% of women across the board that's going to choose to participate in those acts. Got any questions I answer them. That's going to choose to participate. They're going to regret it. And they're going to start a whole class action lawsuit, Me Too, the new Me Too wave. And they're going to be going after the Johns or going after the guys trick with them, blaming them. He took advantage of me. I didn't want to do it. And he didn't give me all my money. It's going to be a huge attack. It's going to be a huge attack. So, like I said, it sounds cool. Oh, they legalized weed. Now we legalizing, selling punani, pouring on legalizing. This woman making this much money on OnlyFans and this, that, and the third. Okay. And he's supposed to be a lot of righteous people, a lot of people that's God fearing, a lot of people that believe in morality, and they got some integrity, and they got the morals and all that stuff. And like I said the other day, you have a woman that said, I like to go to church every Sunday. As soon as she started messing with you, she'd rather just lay up in the bed with you. So how much did you really love church, or you love God? It's all whatever. It's all whatever. We going down a path of it's the end. It's the end. It's the end. We going down a path that we have no return from. Pimp C say guard your paper. F a fight. Keep your pistol, because most of these ninjas ain't living right. And that was about 20 years ago he said that. Most of these people, a lot of people ain't living right. A lot of these people ain't living right. And the brother who told me about List Crawler, I never knew nothing about List Crawler. Now you got to hit List Crawler in your area to see if your girl's selling punani. Used to hit Backpage and go see, man. Now you got to see on List Crawler. Might see your daughter on there. Might see your niece on there. And they feel like they're liberated, not just sexually. They feel like they're liberated because they're making money selling themselves. It's in the road we going down, man. And then we ain't even talk about the same sex stuff. We ain't even talk about all that's going on. And I was the first one telling y'all that a lot of these women be sleeping with their friends, and that's why their friends don't like you. A lot of these women be sleeping with their female friends, their gay male friends. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, the female put me on game. Yeah, be sleeping with them. I wonder why her friends don't like you. And they always, no matter if you buy them dinner or they come to your house, you show hospitality, and they got some, you like, damn, I ain't did shit to Tanya, and she don't like you. A lot of times they be messing with each other, bro. Yeah. And a lot of these dudes are like, dog, you so far left. I'm telling you, bro, I didn't seen it. From a guy that didn't been offered threesomes and had threesomes, man, you will be surprised. One of the greatest things that one of the best things that happened to me was my ability to have a car in high school. If I didn't have a car in high school, bro, I probably would have to really lost a bunch of times with women. But when I had a car, I seen what they would do just for a ride to McDonald's, just for a cheeseburger, or just to get out of school. I seen it with my own eyes. When you don't tell a woman's business and they can sneak around and they can play the outskirts to sneak around, bro, they gonna do it, bro. If you the right one, like I told you, I was the one chick I was trying to talk to in my vocational class, whatever. She would not holler at me. Funny thing, my homies had Saturday school. They was younger than me. They got her to get in the car, run a train on her. Swear to God. Come on. I see another chick that was trying to get me to cuff her in school. My homie got her to get in the car or whatever, and she was willing to do everything to the team. So you gotta understand this. When you not around, or what females do in private is who they really are, bro. I usually don't do this. Told y'all about this. My homie sister told me she'd mop me up for my Cardis when I was in high school. And y'all be wondering why a lot of those older men go for the high school girls. It's not to the simple fact that they, they look better, or they get wetter, or whatever. It's to the fact that they cheaper. They cheaper. I'll get you to come just for a cheeseburger, or you just want to, I got a car, you just to get out of school, just get out of school, a car. Women are sneaky. I had a homie, man. His sister missed like 200-300 days of school straight or something. Her father went up to school and she was skipping with a dude, older dude. And it ain't a lot of the times the older dudes. It's a lot of times it ain't even they playing. They might get on old girl. She might say, I'm really 18 or I'm 17. No, she might tell him what's up. But a lot of the time, it be the woman that be calling, oh, come get me from school. I'm coming out the side door. A lot of the times, the guys ain't got to really, riz them up. Now, I remember I worked at a high school. And an older dude had this one girl in the high school. It was an alternative high school. And he would use this young girl to recruit the girls in the school to come home and have a threesome. He would send her to be the female pimp to bring the girls back, and he would pipe them down. Crazy work. I seen her trying to holler at one of the girls, and the girl was like, "Nah, I'm good." She was kind of like a little Spanish girl. The other girl like, "Nah, I'm good." And she just moved on to the next girl. Next thing you know, her and another girl holding hands. And they going to school together. They going home together. So you'll be surprised how the game is. Young women are naive, dumb. They're easy to convince to do this, do that, and the third. And a lot of dudes already know they weak-minded. I can manipulate them. They going for the low. So yeah, like I continue to tell y'all, man, that was the way I really, and just seeing the females that was around. I just seen how they operate. I had a homie that had like Puka, Danielle. I forgot her other sister name. I think he had three sisters, bro. And one of them I used to mess with or whatever. She's about in Vegas now. But I seen how they mama operated. And her mama Trish was cool. Like, we still cool to this day. She called me and her daughter kind of like we did it, but her daughter wrote a letter talking about how she felt. Though women are stupid. She found the letter. I'm gonna tell your mama. I'm like, I didn't care. She ain't say nothing, but it was what it was. But I just seen how they operated, and I seen how my mom operated. Now I seen how other ninjas' mama operated, and the type of dude. And once you kind of really sit there, if you ever sit there, and sometimes it's best to I have my best epiphanies while I'm sitting there, or I'm working out, or I'm chilling, and you really think about how women operate. Like, if you dealt with enough of them, you knew enough of them, you seen enough of them, you had homeboys that had women, how they really operate, bro. Like, you be like, yeah, I get it. Like, you got the playbook. You know what it is. And I be telling people that all the time. Like, that car, that was the best thing that happened to me. I actually seen the nature of women. I seen it. I done picked women up for my homeboys, and they came and did the whole crew. Or, I had a homeboy that had a chick on my homeboy couch, and he hitting her from the side, and we sitting there playing the game while she getting hit from the side. Real talk, they don't care. I had women in the room, my homie hitting it. She like, tell your homeboy coming, I want you too. And women get on the internet and say, well, who these girls that be letting dudes run trains on? Most of them women desire that, bro. Believe it or not, most of them women truly desire that. I had a Mexican chick. I was in community college, And she told me, I want you, you, and you, and you. She picked 4 black dudes to have. And her friend was like, oh, she just playing. No, she wasn't playing. So I find it funny when women say, oh, guys are so over sexualized and guys are so sexual. Man, guys are as sex as, how can I say this? I don't even think this word unsexualized have there ever been. Guys are not nearly as sexual as they was 20 years ago, 10 years ago, 5 years ago, 7 years ago, 9 years ago. They're nowhere near sexual. The true sexual beings are the ones who's behind sex work. Ain't no dude out here like, oh yeah, I'm gonna slang my penis. I mean, if most dudes could slang their penis and make a bunch of money, I think a lot of dudes would do it. I'm not saying they wouldn't do it, but hold on. Who are the females that's voting for sex? Abortions. Females, sex workers, females behind that bill. They behind that to legalize that. They behind that, not guys. They are so sexualized now. They wanted sexual liberation. They wanted freedom, and it came with it's coming with a lot of BS, and it's really gonna come with a lot more BS. They wanted that. They wanted to be sexually free. You know, they wanted that. You know, that's what they wanted. And they try to sit here and shame, oh, guys are so sexual. Most guys are not even having sex. They project a lot, man. Most guys are not having sex nearly. You got a whole demographic of men called incels who don't even have sex. Then you have a whole demographic of males that have sex with each other. You know, then you got a demographic of guys who they want to have sex, but they don't get sex. Women are the more over-sexualized beings right now, y'all. They are the sexualized beings. They over-sexualize dancing, brunch, cooking, everything you see them do. Fitness models over-sexualized. They over-sexualize at the gym. Come on. They over-sexualize everything. At work, on the bus, they over-sexualize everything. Guys are nowhere near as perverted as women are. I'm telling you, guys are nowhere near as perverted as women are right now. And I promise you, and I stand on business on that. He said, I think the PVC numbers fake. Probably is. Shout out to Alpha's Playbook. Vinny Cho, yeah. I talked about Diddy. Check the last live out I did about Diddy. You can listen to it on podcast or YouTube. One honestly, I would say 60% of women want or wouldn't mind selling punani. I think that number pretty low. But 30% of women are on the fence of being, being a lady or being a whore, and 10% of actually women are class. And I mean, that 10% number might be murky too. That might be more closer to 8 to 5, if we being honest. Ain't too many more classy women out here, bro. Like, me and Mike was having a conversation about that, and he was like, it's still great women out here. I'm like, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. A lot of the great women that you claim to be out here, a lot of them is past the wall or hit the wall, and now they want to be great. Real talk. But and that depends on what you consider a good or great woman. All right. We all different. But he right. You know, about 60, 70% of them, 80% of them, they do. They didn't gave it box to a dude just based on, you know, how they looked at the club. They had jewelry on. They had a Hellcat on. I thought he was cute. Pause. You know, that's what they didn't done. They didn't mess with all these women. Let's say this real quick. All these women that claim that you got to have this to be with me, you got to send me $100 for lunch. They all did, or you got to make 70,000 or 100,000 or 800,000 a year, right? All of them didn't have sex with a dude for nothing. Always remember that in the back of your mind. When a woman try to say you got to do this, that, and the third, it's always somebody in the Rolodex that didn't hit it for nothing. It's always somebody in the Rolodex that is smashed for nothing. Always remember that. That's always remember when they start putting stipulations or you gotta do this, you gotta do that, especially before you get the booty and all that. Like women don't do that. When a woman, I was talking to this chick, right? We fell out a few weeks ago. I still don't know why, but it was a great time to fall out, low key. And like she just started tripping out the blue. I don't know, maybe she found somebody else, right? That's cool. But like, really, I really could have smashed her on the first link. I didn't. My whole thing is I read about 3-4 times. So the second time, well, we went out, whatever. We had a good time. Like she wanted to sit in the car the whole time after we got done doing chilling, whatever. So third time we go out, she was like, you know, so I'm like, you come, you know, so somehow we got to her coming over. She said, yeah, I'll come over afterwards. We did our thing, had a good time. Like, so she came to the crib, whatever. So, you know, I kind of did my little thing, whatever. Like I said, a lot of y'all get them to the crib. Y'all start being sexual right away. I built up to it, whatever. And she was like, I was like, you know, take that shit off, whatever. Woo, woo, woo. And she's like, oh, no, I can't. You know, I need a t-shirt or something. I'm like, the fuck she need a t-shirt for, right? Dog, I got this chick naked, bro. Nothing on. Nothing. She came with sandals on. She had some booty, blue. And what's so funny about it, the spot, anybody know Detroit rappers? So we went out to this little spot where I ain't gonna say where I stay at. So I went to the spot. Payroll Giovanni was at the spot I was at, right? He was at the spot. Funny, same day, same spot I went to, because we was too late for the movie. The movie was later, so we was like, I'll go to the movie later. We go eat first, whatever. So he was at the spot. And he kind of live in my area, low key though. I see him all the time at the gym and shit. So he at the spot or whatever. So we chilling, whatever. She's like, yeah, I seen him. So we get to the crib. So we, went to the movies, ate some, whatever. Get to the crib. She, I need a shirt. So I ain't really thinking nothing of it. So I go to pull a shirt or whatever. Like, and she already knew she wanted. Like we kind of knew each other already. So, but not really like that. But like when she asked for the shirt, she started stripping in my living room. She had nothing on, nothing. No socks, no panties, no bra. Like she already knew what she came for. You know what I'm saying? She knew what she came for. So she didn't tell me, I need to do this or I need to do that, or she didn't put any barriers up. Even though she pulled me though, she pulled up on me and got with me. She didn't put any barriers up, bro. She didn't say, oh, you gotta do this, that, and the third to get with me. Like, nah. So when a woman like wants to get with you, it's like they not asking all them questions, bro. They not asking too many. They not putting all these boundaries up for you. They not putting all these boundaries up for you. When they start putting boundaries, after sex, then that's different. That's different. You already got that. You already got the booty, so you really don't even care at that point. So they always start putting boundaries. Like they put boundaries up beforehand, and she really don't like you like that. Like it's some situations, where, but when they start putting boundaries up before then, they make it easy for you. I had to do nothing. She had a romper, like tank top on, and like nothing of the snap, pull off, pull like access, bro. Access. Straight to the room. So they make it easy for you, bro. They really like you, they make it easy for you. They really ain't they really ain't vetting you like that, bro. I had another chick I was out with the other week before my car went down. So we all out, whatever. So she let me drive you to your car or whatever. Like, I'm like, bet. So sat there for a minute and I'm like, we might as well come back to my crib. She's like, oh, you're making it so tempting. And she's older than me. I'm like, might as well, She's like, oh, next time I'll come over for sure. Next time. And that's cool. Like, I really wasn't tripping. You know what I'm saying? I had something else lined up, but I wasn't tripping. She just texted me right now. I wasn't tripping about it. But I already know if I really, really, really rizzed it up, like she was going, bro. She was going, like, you know. And a lot of times when you talking to a woman too, I kind of poll women too. I ask them questions about their previous experience, not sexual, nothing like the guys they deal with or whatever. And a lot of number one of they pet peeves when guys sexually Shout out to Raekwon too, and Raekwon. I hope I'm saying it right. Taylor in the chat. A lot of times, their biggest turnoff is when I'll tell you two things that they tell me. Right, one of their biggest turnoffs is, I think pretty much everybody know this one, is when you talk sex too quickly. Right, that's one. The second one is that when guys demand them to fall in line. Oh, you got to be submissive. You got to follow me. I'm the leader. That's like the other one that kind of surprised me that guys actually say. But to kind of harp on the first one, like, dog, a lot of times you don't have to initiate sexual talk. You don't. You know what I'm saying? You don't. They're going to initiate it, bro. They're going to talk sexual to you. Like, and if you do, you got to do it at the right time. You got to be witty with it, whatever. Or you walking her to the car, like, you might rub on her, whatever, like that. Before you say it, you might grab her, touch her, rub her, kiss on her neck, rub her booty. And then you kind of go for it. But a lot of times, especially a lot of these black women, they sexual first. They're going to talk sexual first. So talking sex, man, it shouldn't even come up, especially on the first date. You shouldn't even bring that up unless the conversation get to the point about sex. And she bring it up. And if you do bring it up on the first date, it's like you walking her to the car and you might be like, that ass look good. You know what I'm saying? Turn around for me, baby. Come here, give me a hug. And you might start talking her ear, kissing her neck, whatever, rubbing or whatever. Bam, that's how it go, bro. Bam. Easy. And then the other one, when y'all demanding them be submissive, let me tell you this. You can't tell no woman what to do. You can't control no woman. You can't control what she do, box. Even if you got cash, you got her on the leash. You can't tell her what to do. So I tell you that, like, if she gonna do what she gonna do, it's in God's plan. So I never tell a woman to be submissive or fall in line. I just show my leadership qualities, plan dates, tell her where to be, what time to be, don't be late. You know what I'm saying? I do things, she might ask certain things. Oh, this is how I do things. This is my Saturday. This is my Sunday. This is what I do on Monday. I'm busy this time. I lay that shit out. So my how my leadership skills and who I am, they fall. So I never told her chick. Like I tell them straight up and down, I can't control what you do, nor do I want to control what you do. I hope enough if I do cuff you to make you my girlfriend, that I hope enough that I could trust you and be loyal, and I could trust you. Like straight up and down. If I lock you in, then I feel like I trust you. If I don't trust you, I never lock you in. But yeah, the one I want to say, definitely being generous on the 60%. Yeah. But yeah, salute the one honor. Shout out to Raekwon Taylor. Appreciate it. But yeah, that's just what it is, man. Kind of went a little bit lengthy there. If y'all got any other questions, I'll answer it. But he said, one honor, he said, that's right, CJ, you got to show, not tell. Show a woman why she should follow you and what you're doing, and not tell. Absolutely, I don't tell them nothing. That's just how I rock. And I was talking to a chick, whatever. What's so funny? I was talking to the other chick, and she was telling me that she was like, you don't brag about, you don't brag, about sex and stuff. And like, really ain't no point to brag about it. I just don't feel like I'm not a bragger. I'm not a boastful person. I'm a real kind of reserved person, So she was like, long story short, she was like, I really don't have orgasms like that. Like they're very rare, and I don't want you to think it's you. And I'm just like, she's like, you might know what you're doing. A lot of guys. So I didn't even say. I was like, man, we just see. Like I'll tell you this too. This is what I ended on. Unless y'all got another question. Like I'll tell y'all this real talk. I'm gonna tell y'all this, right? And on the real, this will probably be the best advice I can give y'all about women, right? One thing that I actually had to learn, bro, about women. And my ex told me this, like, you just can't ram it in. Like you actually have to set the table. And once you set the table with the intimacy, rubbing, touching, sucking, whatever you're doing, kissing, women have to really be stimulated, right? And once you set the table with the intimacy and you get them ready, you get them like where you need to be. You ain't got to be a porn star. You ain't got to drill for 30 minutes, 40 minutes. You ain't got to do all that. You ain't got to do none of that. Once you able to really set the mood, and the first time is different though. The first time you link with a chick is special for both of y'all because it's something new. It's something new. It's special for both of y'all. It's something new. It's something new. But after a while, it ain't that exciting new no more. So you got to set the mood. So it's kissing the neck, rubbing on them, giving them a massage, or maybe rubbing her feet if you wouldn't the feet. Is, also rubbing the other areas just to keep it PG. That's another thing that a lot of women, they appreciate is when you kind of rub that area down, and they don't get that stimulation. You know what I'm saying? So you basically, the intimacy, the touch, and all that type of stuff, and whatever you do, kissing on their legs and that, whatever you do, right? That's going to make your job a lot easier. That's going to make, even if you a 10-minute brother, 15-minute brother, 5-minute brother, that's going to make it seem like 30 minutes, 40 minutes, an hour and all that stuff. So the intimacy part, especially young guys, bro, like, yeah, that's the point. If it's the kissing, if it's the touching, if it's the way you talk to her, that's what's gonna make it seem that much better. That's where you can get the edge. You can't control the size. You can't, sometimes you can't control the conditioning, getting in shape or not. But that's one thing that you really can customize the experience that she probably not gonna get nowhere else. That's what I would kind of say is the intimacy part. Master the foreplay, master the intimacy, master all that. And if you one of them guys that can't, run the 40-yard dash and 100 meters like that, guess what? Then, you got to do other things. You got to get toys and all that. And don't be ashamed of that shit too. That shit kind of, this older chick be on that shit. The chick kind of got fun. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's kind of the part that you can't control, and and they make it easier. And then also, and this girl I was dealing with, the one I told you that kind of like just got mad out of nowhere. She didn't even know this. Like, if you have, and this is, whatever. And I see other females and people talk about this on the internet. But if you have a problem with getting your partner to that point, even after the advice I gave you, and sometimes she might not like you like that or whatever. But if you have a problem with getting your partner to that point of that boiling point, I say, what they tell you is to allow her to get on top. To allow her to control it. So you allow her to get on top, she should be able to get there. So that's another thing. So if you having problems with like women, whatever, these things I had to learn. I wasn't perfect or still not perfect at it. But these things I had to learn, and the things I would tell, I did the four or five things I would tell you from what I learned or where I lacked at in the past. I would tell you the foreplay is very important. That's going to make your job easier. If you're struggling to get her there, allow her to get on, top. And then I think a very important thing that a lot of guys don't understand is, and I said this I think on a Patreon or on the other channel, is this. Women equate nice guys to being nice in the bedroom. They equate aggressive guys to being aggressive in the bedroom. It's something I don't hear people talk about. And one thing that I noticed with just different women, they love aggression. They love aggression. So you don't never ask a woman to do something in the bedroom. You tell them to do it. Oh, turnover. It's never a ask. It's a do. You are in command. You are in control. Leadership skills kicking in. Bend over. Now stand your ass up. Do this. That's how you kind of talk. You got to talk to them. They want to be commanded. They want to be given directions. You have to direct them. When you start asking them, they dry up. Oh, baby, could you scoot over a little bit? No, if she need to scoot down, you grab her legs and you drive her, you scoot her, you pull her down the bed, and you continue to do your job. If you ask her to bend over, you ask her to roll over, oh, you ask her to give me your hand. No, you just give me your hand. Bring your, I'm telling you. When you start asking in the bedroom, you failed. You failed. Don't ask. Command. What does Denzel Washington tell him, the white quarterback, and once Rev went out and remember the Titans, command your troops. He lied about me, brother. Command. And then I would say another thing is they just love aggression. All that slow it, love. Remember Cameron talking about that? He tried to switch it up on his girl and she was talking about you getting soft. They love aggression, bro. Despite what they say, well, I like somebody to switch it up. I like somebody. They just love. I hate to say it, they love a street fight type. They love for you to just be aggressive in the bedroom. So they love that shit. Shout out to Rangy in the super chat. Appreciate it, bro. I was just about to get off. Appreciate it. They love aggression, bro. They love for you to be I'm telling you, bro. Those are things I really like. You can control those things, bro. Those are when women say it's just not all about size. Those are the things they talking about. He said, I just side note, the movie Rebel Ridge was pretty good. I ain't heard that. Let me just look that up real quick. But yeah. So when you hear, you know, it's something, it's a little bit more than also Netflix. Okay, I'm gonna check that out. When you hear, that's what the dude look like Nelly, Aaron Pierce in that picture though. But yeah, when you hear that, that's the things they talking about. Them things that I didn't failed at and had to learn. Renardo, salute. Them things that I didn't failed at and had to learn that. So yeah, this is the ratings. The ratings ain't good though, but I don't know. I'm gonna watch it though. I just watched. I had never seen Clockers by Spike Lee, so I watched that today. Also, if y'all ain't never seen that movie by Spike Lee called She Hates Me. Yeah, with Anthony Mackie and shit, crazy movie. But hey, appreciate y'all. We went a lot longer than I anticipated, but I appreciate we had a good conversation. If people hung around and listened to the end of this conversation, we had a lot of good conversation, man. So hopefully some of this advice y'all could take and run with it. He said, I remember the Titans fire. He said we had 12 brothers and sisters, but really had like I think 8. Yeah. He said, 12 sound better. Yeah, Rebel Bridge was it's Rebel Bridge or rather Rebel Ridge. Hold on. I think he meant Rebel Ridge. So yeah. Let me get out of here, man. Appreciate y'all. This will be on the podcast in the morning, so you can check it out on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Amazon Music, maybe a few others. Hey, give me a rating on there. Give me a review. This will still be up on the YouTube. Check out the Patreon. That links in the link tree. Shout out to Ranch you for donating. If y'all want to donate on the way out, best way to donate is hit the link tree, subscribe to the channel, share the video, subscribe to Free Game 89, FR33 Game 89. Check the Patreon out. Check out my Detroit channel, Motor City Sports Talk. That link's in the link tree. Cash App, Venmo, CJ Good 313. So appreciate y'all. Hopefully y'all enjoyed the information. Peace.